Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas, little ones. Would you like to see Santa's jingle bells? This right here. This is what makes this time of the season amazing. These are like crack, and I can't set them down. Santa has a problem, and the entirety of this live stream will be to fund my little Debbie addiction. So let me open my daily hit of crack as I say hello to all you wonderful little elves in the chat. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Hello, my beautiful and wonderful movie peeps. I thought I'd dress up for you lovely little naughty people who like to watch me on a Friday live stream, because we's going to have some fun today. We've got a lot of great topics to discuss here. So happy to see all your faces in the chat, getting all ready, all making me feel so special. The GOAT, I am Santa. He really is unk status now. Oh, jeez. It's my birthday, 3C. Is that me as Art the Clown in your profile? I was gonna tell you to get lost, Shart the Clown. That was all too much, man. I can't wish you happy birthday after all that. That was a roller coaster of a ride right there. All right, we've got a lot of great stuff to discuss here today, guys. Some of the things we're gonna be getting into here. All right. We're going to be looking at the Steven King. Steven Spielberg UFO movie poster, because I want to give you my thoughts on that. We got just a small bit of footage of the Mario Galaxy movie, but it is showing off things that I'm like, they building up to that Smash Bros movie, man. They're saying, hey, bro, Smash. And I'm like, let's do it, Nintendo. This weird trailer for an animated movie called Animal Farm that I was watching this trailer befuddled. Every twist and turn it took just in the trailer had me just go. Again. It's insane. We're going to get into that. Tom Cruise, the space movie, got canceled for reasons that you tell me if you think are fair. Dude, that Street Fighter trailer. The Game Awards were last night. I wish I was recording my reaction to that Street Fighter trailer. I could have done a fake one. I could have just gone on here and be like, first time watching Street Fighter. But I'm not that kind of creator for you. Have I done it before? Shut up. Don't ask. So we're going to talk about the Street Fighter trailer. Lanterns. 11 seconds of new footage. We're going to try and squeeze those 11 seconds as much as we can. Same thing. My high school girlfriend. It kind of worked. We got an update on the Batman Part 2, update on Spider-Man 4, and dude, this news on how the Avengers Doomsday trailers are going to be coming out. We're going to be talking about all that here. So, all right, I'm not kidding. I need to finish this little Debbie if I want to get through this stream. So you guys right now, entertain me in the chat. You know what? I put this on to entertain you. You entertain me. Let's do a little couple role reversal here. It'll be healthy for our relationship. So, all right, what you got for me? Let's see it, chat. Let's see it. Only one sound effect. You fell off. I got to get better at it. I'm not going to go crazy with the sound effects when we go into the news story. Once we get into viewer submitted questions, then the sound effect board is going to get annoying. But that's the balance I've done. Rarely through the news, and then overused through the actual questions. What is this, man? I tried defending you, chat. No? Who told you that? Let's go to the next question. Bro, someone said bro must be. Danny Phantom was in Fortnite. I did see that. I thought it was awesome. When are we going to get some Danny Phantom love, dude? Danny Fentanyl needs to come back, and Danny Phantom needs, dude, that Danny Phantom movie would go so hard. And they're missing the generation, dude. These kids would go crazy for Danny Phantom. Your mom? All right, we're done here. Oh, we hella done here. Mods, send that guy to Arkham. All right. That was enough. Thank you guys for letting me have my little Debbie time. That might be a tradition for the rest of the December streams. Though, see how long it takes Chris to eat a little Debbie on stream. You guys tell me how long that took. I said like a minute and a half. See how long it takes me next stream. I'm Debbie's, man. He'll be the death of me. All right. Let's get into these actual things. So the Steven Spielberg movie. All right, dude. I have missed Steven Spielberg, okay? Not that he really went anywhere or he disappeared, but looking at his recent filmography, the man went on a sort of personal, I'm not even finding the correct words. Basically, he just was no longer making the big blockbuster movies, but it didn't mean the movies he was making were bad. They just didn't seem to garner a lot of public interest. Some of that might have been because of the disappointment box office that Ready Player One had, but even like, I want to say, so let's say he did Crystal Skull, which, yeah. Tintin, I think, definitely hurt him because Tintin was a great movie that did not get the love it deserved whenever it came out. That's a great adventure film. It's basically an animated Indiana Jones movie. That should have honestly have been a big hit, but it wasn't. So then he made things like War Horse. All right. Lincoln, pretty big president. All right. Bridge of Spies, I remember being in the theater watching Bridge of Spies. Not that the movie's bad. I'm sure some people like it, some people dig it, but I mainly watched it just for the Spielberg name, and I just couldn't get into it. The BFG, the big freaking guy. Oh, the soundboard calls to me like the Green Goblin mask, and it's just, come on, Chris, hit it. Echo fart. Ah! I have to resist it, man. I have to resist it. And then Ready Player One was unfortunately another same situation where it was like a big movie that I think has gotten love. I still see it get referenced. People bring it up more ahead of its time a little bit because now it's seeming like something that we could be heading towards with, the advancements that we're making in tech, and maybe not so much in VR, but in some sort of way. I always see people mention, oh, we're going to Ready Player One. But that movie was actually not a big financial hit when it came out. West Side Story I did enjoy. Fableman's great movie. All I'm saying is I miss the Spielberg that came out with Jurassic Park, with E.T., the first Indiana Jones, right? These Jaws, these movies that were like cultural big hits. And I'm like, this might be it now. There's a lot of pressure riding it already, but this UFO movie that he's got going on, I'm loving already the way they're marketing it. So this was revealed earlier in the week. It was a billboard in Times Square, and it was just starting the marketing campaign for this mysterious UFO movie. All that it says is, all will be disclosed, Spielberg, June 12th, 2026. And I said, that's how you do it. That's how you get the people interested. You're looking at this going, shadow of a bird. Okay, yeah. I see what you're doing here, Spielberg. I've tried reading all the theories. Nothing about what I see in here makes sense. I did see Campia say that. Someone said the Birds remake. I'm not going to lie. I would honestly be a little disappointed if this turned out to be a remake of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. I mean, that movie was already iconic for its time. I don't think Spielberg needs to go and do remakes, especially since the way this movie is being built up as an original sci-fi idea. Maybe blockbuster is the tag I'm giving it. It might not be a blockbuster, but it could have that potential, right? I just want it to be a hit. If it ends up being a remake of any old previous movies, even as something as big as The Birds, I'll be a little like, I'd be disappointed. I'll be disappointed. I hope it's original. So kind of putting that aside, looking at it here, I don't know. I mean, you definitely have this ring going around that I'm like, okay, is it the UFO? Because people have also brought up the UFO thing is just a rumor. There's no confirmation that the movie is actually some sort of alien movie or deals with UFOs. That's just what the rumor is since the beginning. Spielberg and the team have never confirmed it. But I'm like, a lot of notable places like Deadline, Variety, Hollywood Reporter were calling it a UFO movie. I'd like to think it's a UFO movie. I did see some people figure out, like, this shadow of the bird, it looks like it's a cardinal. And they did research that in the military, they give the name cardinal to a UFO. Whenever they don't know the name of a unidentified flying object, which is what that means, learn something new every day. They call it a cardinal in the military. So it's like, okay, is that our first piece of clue right there? Is a cardinal? So is this maybe going to have a military cast? Is it going to be centering on a group of military people who discover a UFO for the first time? Maybe someone in the group wants to tell the world. Other person in the group's like, no, we got duties. We got to keep this secret. Making stuff up as I go. But this is the power Spielberg has right here, okay? Not even a title. Not even an official idea of what we're looking at here. I mean, a bird silhouette on an upside down eyeball and just the name Spielberg. There's only so many directors who have that kind of motion, and Spielberg does. So I'm excited to see what this is. I wish I could theorize harder. I know the LA poster had a different color eyeball. This one was a brown. The LA one had a blue eye. Blue Eyes White Dragon movie. I decided not to hit a sound. Keep you on your toes. Oh, I'd be crazy. A Yu-Gi-Oh movie from Steven Spielberg. It's time to duel. Pot agreed. I summon Dark Magician Girl to my bedroom. Hey, that Dark Magician Girl. Well, did the card mention her age? That's where we're ending this topic. Let's move on. The Mario movie. Okay, let's talk about that. So we got the Game Awards were last night. Some cool stuff like Tomb Raider Legacy. I know people were going really crazy over the Resident Evil announcement, all that cool stuff. I was waiting to, sometimes there's movie announcements or even big games that peek into things I want to talk about. Nothing too crazy for me, just a couple of stuff, but one of those did happen to also include a 30-second Mario Galaxy movie trailer that I'm going to have to play in bits, unfortunately, because Universal is one of those companies that be copyrighted. And it was just a little bit longer of the fight scene between Bowser Jr. and Mario and Luigi. And I don't know, guys, when I was watching this scene, I was like, you know what? The third movie could be Smash Bros. Because these look like moves pulled out of Smash Bros. So here we have Bowser Jr. getting ready, saying, bring me my daddy. I got to free him.
And I'm going to be taking my father now.
Okay, and then we got some Luigi stuff. I'm going to have to skip around. Look at this. I love the camera work in this movie, dude. Look at that 360 shot, dude. And you can obviously tell they're cutting around because Mario was legit on the floor here. And the next shot, he's on the pillar. So this fight scene is already much longer. So much more is happening. It's also in space. You can see another planet. Mario needs help. He's going for a book. The guy is clearly stupid. He sees a guy with a mallet, magic, and an ability. And Mario goes, hey, Libro. Jeez. So who needs to help Mario in this time of need? Who needs to be the savior to tell Mario, I gotcha? The GOAT! Luigi coming in. Dude, tell me that does not look like a frame that was pulled out of a Super Smash Bros. Video game. That is the sickest shot in animated history, okay? That L for Luigi? Nah. Bro is immune to the L's because of this. That's honestly an insane... That's such a great hit. I love it. It makes Luigi look so OP. They knew what they were doing. Like, I just saw that when I was looking at that 30-second spot, and I was like, If Daisy isn't in the picture, I volunteer as tribute, Luigi, okay? So I thought that was cool. It made me feel like, dude, these fight scenes are going to be epic. And I even love the way they end off this scene because they already gave Luigi a little too much aura. And rule of law is only Mario can have the aura. That's just the way things work. It's a Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck type of rule situation in the world there, okay? So immediately after that, oh, boy hurt his leg. Boy hurt his leg and had to soften it. Oh, I don't know. That was just so cool. Again, I mainly just, it was just a lot of the same footage, but looking at this little fight scene, what we're getting, seeing the way the camera movement is going on, it just looks like a whole lot of fun. And having Luigi just swoop in like that, I was like, if the third movie, they actually wanted to do a version of Super Smash Bros., that's going to be an extremely limited version, guys. Do not be thinking Metroid, Kirby, all these other random characters will pop up. If they somehow do Smash Bros. In the third movie, I think it's going to be mainly relegated to Mario characters. Hey, we could get lucky and a minion will be thrown in there. Banana! And then Mario comes in and just uppercuts Bob. Puts him in the hospital for 3 weeks, loses his job because he didn't have any PTO. From there, they cut his benefits. The hospital has to kick him out because his insurance doesn't work anymore because he lost that job. Wife needs to care for the little Bob and the kids they have. She goes off and sleeps with Mr. Lorax. Lorax now has to take care of Mr. Bob's kids. And where's Bob? A vegetable on the side of the road. You don't want to live in here, guys. It's pretty crazy. Slow down. That little Debbie, the sugar rush is hitting. The sugar rush is hitting. All right. I thought that was cool. Obviously, it's just one shot. Do you think this at all could correlate that it's like, dude, this is the beginning. This is where we realized a Super Smash Bros. Movie could be possible. Because I look at that and I'm like, dude, that could have been from. Someone needs to edit in the shot. The sound effect when you like win a Smash Bros. Fight. The ding, winner. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, you guys, let me know. Crashing out here. Okay. If you thought things were cringy, let's get on to this next one. I played the trailer through my copyright system and nothing happened. So we'll be able to go through the trailer, hopefully peacefully. I'm still scared because there's some music in there, but it didn't, again, the copyright system didn't get it. All right. We got a new trailer for an animated movie called Animal Farm. I keep on saying Animal House. Animal Farm. A lot of notable celebrities are attached to this movie. Let me actually pull that up. Animal Farm. That way you can see the kind of big cast they have in here. So they have people like Seth Rogen, Gaten Matarazzo, that's Dustin, Stranger Things, Steve Buscemi, Glenn Close, Kieran Culkin, Woody Harrelson, Kathleen Turner, Iman Vellani. A lot of notable names attached, big faces, people that you would know, right? And so I'm like, well, I've never heard of this. The trailer just popped up on me online. I like animated movies. All right, let's see what you got. I also seen the name Seth Rogen at first, made me think, oh, okay, wonder what this could be. So I'm going to take you through this trailer. And I'm going to take you through my thought process of what I thought was happening and where we end up in this, okay? Some of you might be ahead of the game because this is based off a book series, but don't be spoiling it for those in the chat. So hop on this ride real quick. Seconds into the trailer, this is what I have to go off of for what will happen next, okay? So far, we're getting animals that talk in a farm, talking to each other. They see a little RV come in, and it says the word laughter. Obviously, a great joke, because it actually says slaughter. So again, here in my mind, even putting Angel Studios aside and just hearing Seth Rogen, I thought, oh, okay, is this about to be another sausage party? Is this about to be some raunchy, crazy comedy where it's these animals, they don't want to get killed, they don't want to be turned into meat, so we're going to, I don't know, have an uproar and evolution, and these animals are going to be killing people. I don't know, just something sausage party related, especially with Seth Rogen doing this. Yes, I'd have a bite of that pig. 2, make hot dog, make pork chops. You do it too, okay? So that's where I thought we were headed. So I was like, all right, let's continue on. Let's see. Kind of actually a cool idea. These animals have kicked out the humans, and now they're the ones running the farm, right? They're setting the rules. They're making this. They're doing even the work. That way humans can still get their food and produce, just not the meat. I was like, okay, I like that. They even have their rules here about all equal, 4 legs, no segregation in the farm. Everyone is, I'm like, okay, I see what no killing. That's probably a good rule to have. No drinking naughty juice. Okay, wonder what the naughty juice is. So on board still seems good. They're in a suit. What? What is this movie? Pig. That's the one that undressed earlier. She put clothes back on.
A Cautionary Tales. In theaters May 1st. Recommended for ages 11 and up.
Recommended for ages 11 and up. Angel Studios. They were like, ugh. We kind of pushed the limit with this one, if I'm being honest with y'all. We let the writer go crazy, and he took that as a challenge. So, G, but 11 and up. I've heard of PG-13. I've never heard of PG-11. Is that the Norwegian scale? Is that what Drake and Josh was trying to teach me? I was flabbergasted with this. All jokes aside, I mean, if you're interested or not. So the other reason I even decided to watch this trailer is because I was seeing a lot of the discourse online. Turns out this is kind of like a popular book that a lot of people read growing up. It's like a little kid's book that maybe you would have read, I'm assuming now in like, I don't know, school or your parents. And the story is technically the same. Oh my, look at these freaking it's the same. The story revolves, my goodness, I was right. Adolf Pork, Swine Hitler, Bacon Nazi. So it's not a kid's book. I was seeing everyone talk about this. They were talking about it like it was a kid's book. That artistry of the book makes me wonder. Okay, essentially the story is the same from what we're seeing in this trailer, but I don't know. I thought it was crazy. Andy Serkis is on it. Maybe it'll be good. I'll be honest with you. I feel like there's rarely anything I've seen from Angel Studios that actually speaks to me. But this could be it. This could be the movie to break all sorts of records. Again, as someone that knew nothing about this or where it was going, watching the trailer was just a roller coaster ride. And like that, we move on, ladies and gents. This image is wild, dude. That book. Honey, they ran out of Cat in the Hat at the library. I got this thing called Animal Farm. Something crazy's going outside my house. All right. Sue me. All right. Did you watch? Yeah, we talked about the Iron Lung trailer just yesterday. Not yesterday, last stream. Sorry, I'm trying to wait for these sirens to go. There's like a ambulance going right by my house. It's like loud. I don't know if you guys can pick up on that. Y'all hear that? I think they came for me. Chris, they found you. They're coming for you. Ah! All right, sorry. I think they're finally going past. Sorry, I just didn't want to move on to the next topic with that. All right, let's talk about... Dude, it's just getting louder. The Animal Farm. They coming for us all. Tom Cruise. Let's do it, y'all. Tom Cruise here has got a space movie that was in the works. You guys remember this? It was a space movie. It sounded interesting. The reason it sounded interesting is because the space movie was actually going to be filmed in space. I know, kind of wild, kind of a crazy idea, but it was actually something that sounded interesting to me, and I was like, "Oh," and that was the whole idea behind it, is just like, we're gonna shoot Tom Cruise up into space, he does all these crazy stunts, and we'll make the movie there. I'm like, "Okay, I wonder what that could be." I can't imagine sending an entire film crew, whether it's just a group of 5 guys up there with Tom Cruise. That's a movie I just wanna watch on its own. Like, what's it like hanging out with Tom Cruise in space? Is he chill all the time, or is he gonna yell at you eventually? And, well, we all wanted to see it, but unfortunately, like it says here, the Tom Cruise Space NASA movie, sorry, scrapped. So Deadline here first broke the news about the movie. It was 5 years ago. I felt like they just announced this. It was, and it says here is now reporting that the movie has been scrapped because you would have needed NASA's coordination and Trump's approval. The outlet sources claim Cruise didn't want to cross that line. They would need NASA coordination to do the movie, and supposedly Tom Cruise did not want to ask Donald Trump for a favor. You need permission for the federal government. Tom didn't want to ask for political reasons. Wow. Okay, I'm taking all the political stuff aside. I mean, it's pretty obvious why Tom Cruise wouldn't want to ask a favor from Donald Trump. You know, you either love him, you hate him. Not up to that. But man, it's things like that where it's like, oh, that sucks. I was very curious to see what that movie would have looked like, what would have happened in it, how they would have even have gone down. Because you think about the movie like Gravity. I don't know if you guys remember that movie with Sandra Bullock. Like, that movie was very revolutionary for the time. 2013. That's the year I graduated high school. That's how long it's been, y'all. But I remember that was one of those movies where they did such a cool job with all the VFX, with the immersion, with making you feel like you were in space. I mean, this was a testament that, like, I don't even know if you could make it all look as real or as good as Gravity did. Why you need space, Tom Cruise? Was that the entire gimmick of the movie, or did you actually have a cool story? Because if the whole movie was just gonna leverage on, yo, we actually did this one in space. Okay, but what the story? What you doing? Who the enemy? I'd like to know that, Tom Cruise. So that sucks. The other thing though, this is where I want to get a little conspiracy theory. Since we were talking about Steven Spielberg, UFOs and all that, isn't it crazy you need permission to go to space from the government? Why? Why can't I just go? I'm filming a movie. When am I gonna see if I get up there? You got a headquarters on the moon? I'm just like, what y'all doing up there? And why can't I look at it? It's stuff like that. Like, I never get too crazy into those conspiracy theories, but it is kind of funny that it's like, oh, you need my permission to head up there. And when you do, we give you a certain space to go up there. But there's probably so many other rules and regulations, and everybody's probably got their eye on space. But also, like, why doesn't he just go to Russia and be like, hey, can y'all take me up there? Who else has got a space program? I'd like the Mexico program. Mexico got a space program? Could they take us up there? We know a good path. We help you, Mr. Cruz. I really like Mission Impossible. Can I get a cameo? Oh, it's okay, Mr. Cruz. That's what I imagine that would have looked like. Someone said Mexico City. Yeah. Cartel stole the fuel. Oh, man. Yeah, see, like, there's been other okay, let's see. Let's look up celebrities that have been to space. Celebrities that have been to... I think the problem is to shoot an entire movie. Wow, that's a lot of celebrities. It's probably it takes a whole week, so that's probably the issue there. So let's look at who has been to space. He's been to space. What'd he do up there? I get William Shatner. He was in Star Trek, a space show, famous for space. Sure, send him up there for a weekend and bring the guy down. Cool. Some of these people, Justin Bieber's been to space? And I was like, baby. Oh, I'm assuming this guy's an astronaut. Pfft. Okay, he went to space, buddy. It's your job. Tom Hanks has been to space. I heard of Katy Perry, but the Katy Perry one was weird because like she was literally in space for 10 seconds and came back, right? How do you know they didn't lie to you? How didn't you know they didn't just like do a VR simulation? You're like, look out the window. Are those pixels? Okay, time to go back down. I don't know. Kind of fishy if you ask me. Kind of fishy. So yeah, I was just sad to see the Tom Cruise movie go. Jeff Bezos was in space. That's something. Who's Cody Cotton? Kobe Cotton. I want to go to space. What would that look like? I honestly, I feel like going to space is the same as like going to see the Titanic submersion, right? It's like, but I would rather see the space just to look at Earth's curvature. I feel like I would cry seeing Earth that huge. Just it's so beautiful. I don't know. It looks crazy. William Shatner just looks stunned to be there. He's like, "Can I go home yet? How much longer? Did you bring pretzels on this flight?" I usually get pretzels at American Airlines. Good stuff. Kobe is oh, I did not mean to disrespect Dude Perfect. Are they actually the Dude Perfect people? I gotta respect them. They actually are like the YouTubers of Dallas. Oh, okay. I take back Kobe Cotton. I'm sorry, man. I was not familiar. Yeah, because Dude Perfect is like Dallas based and they have like a whole facility here. I respect that. I don't watch much Dude Perfect, but I respect what they've built. My bad, Kobe. My bad. Kobe. Okay. Let's move on now to Street Fighter. Okay, I've been wanting to talk about this. All right, you guys have known my beef with Street Fighter, the movie. I think it started, one, because I would never got nostalgic for the Street Fighter, the movie, or the video game. It's not the one I grew up in. I was more Mortal Kombat guy. The Dragon Ball Z fighting games. Like, if there was a fighting game, Street Fighter was never really my choice or anything like that. So I just had no attachment to it, and I barely remember the movie. So whenever they got announced, I was excited because at first the Rocka brothers were attached. They did talk to me, Danny and Michael Philippe, and they've had a history on their YouTube channel where they made Street Fighter fan films that actually looked pretty fun. They weren't half bad. Like, here's the video, and you know, for just people with a YouTube channel, I was like, decent. I was like, imagine what they would do with a full budget. Well, then they got knocked off the project. That didn't happen. And then we got the cast announcement, and the cast, I was like, this is insanity. What are you doing here? Like this was the cast. A lot of notable faces: 50 Cent, Jason Momoa, Noah Centineo. This isn't right about Alan Richardson. That's instead Cody Rhodes. I'm not a big wrestler guy, so that's gonna be a problem too. Sorry, guys. But I was like, okay, they've got a lot of great notable faces, but this to me is feeling like the Borderlands of next year. I was like, this is going to be the Borderlands movie all over again. Just a popular video game that hires a lot of notable actors: Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, Cate Blanchett, all these people, and the movie is going to be poo-pooey. So I was watching the Game Awards last night, and I was just on my phone half the time, just up and out anytime a game I was interested in or whatnot, or when they would show a trailer. And I wish I had a camera on me when they started showing the Street Fighter trailer, because my jaw was just I couldn't believe it. This 45-second trailer has completely changed my mind and attitude about how I was feeling about this movie. I was poo-pooing on it, crapping on it, saying all these horrible things about it. This trailer actually made the movie look like so much fun, like it's going to be so dope. Again, the movie could still suck, and it could be awful, and, you know, there's a chance that could still be the case. But looking at the trailer, I'm like, I want to see this. I am buying a ticket. This would have been one of those movies where, as my job is just to watch films, oh, I know, so hard, Christopher, so hard. No. But would have been one of those movies where it's like, I'm annoyed to have to buy a ticket and have to sit through this. Now I am looking forward to it. Let me see if I can play just a little bit of it without getting copyrighted. Oh, dude, that's the best part right there. Great song choice, real vibrant. And you know, this is a huge contrast because this trailer is 50 Cent, by the way. A huge contrast to the Supergirl trailer, where one of my main criticisms of just the trailer itself was like, I wish it had more color. The comic book is so much more colorful, so vibrant, sticks out there. And you know, we're talking about the Lanterns trailer later, but there's like a big problem in Hollywood right now where a lot of bigger budget movies have this gray effect, where movies just look gray. I don't know if it's something in the editing process or it just comes standards with the way VFX are done now, but they have kind of like this flat look. And a lot of movies nowadays feel like they're scared to embrace the zany, embrace the cheesy and crazy. And this movie looks like it's not afraid to be like, hey, we're based off a goofy video game. I know some people take Street Fighter seriously, but I mean, look at some of the ways Street Fighter games are and the characters in the roster. That's a goofy little silly game, enjoyable, entertaining, but it's not like, you know, The Dark Knight. It's not freaking Godfather. It's not supposed to be dead serious. So seeing the way that this trailer just embrace the dumb and fun, the vibrant, the colors, the aesthetic of it, I was like, dude, I think they nailed it. This looks great. Even the costumes. Let me pull out some of the Street Fighter posters. I was like, yo, these costumes even feel faithful. Like they're not even over designed like we see a lot sometimes with comic book stuff. But I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This actually won me over. So we gotta talk about Cody Rhodes too, because like that's another great thing. They're going bit by bit, showing you like Chun-Li, Hubba Hubba. They show you 50 Cent, all these other characters. Whenever it gets to Cody Rhodes' character, I love it's just a focus on his hair. Like you know the character just by looking at his hair. Love it. Really shows me that they were just trying to have fun with this movie. Don't take it too seriously. And honestly, I respect them for that. Now, there is still a controversy with this movie where I was just like fully on their side up until this little thing happened. So let me see if I can actually pull this out from you guys, because I was like, oh, really? You had to mess up the goodwill just like that? Let me see if I can find the moment. But they were there for the Game Awards. They had like a small little presentation. Well, let's see, here's all the cast out there, all the roster. I don't know, it's a really cool vibe the way they set that up there. It was so unexpected. But then one of the cast members had to open their mouth, and I was like, really? Here we go.
Only game that appreciates your patronage. There's another game out there. They also flew from around the world to be here because they appreciate you. So give it up for the whole cast of Mortal Kombat 2!
Oh, shoot, serious? Wait, I was joking.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. They didn't come. They don't care about you. They only care about money.
Wow.
Okay? We care about money and you. Street Fighter forever!
Shows cannot be taken.
Now, you could say it's a friendly jab. You could say it's a friendly thing like that. I don't know. I'm just like, oh, come on. It was kind of funny. I'll give them that, because I was like, oh, they're going to come out. But I think it was more because it was that guy, and I'm just not a big fan of Andrew Schultz. But I think it's perfect because, again, not knowing much Street Fighter lore, from what I'm understanding, he plays the character that everyone hates in Street Fighter. Even within the universe, he's the annoying character. So I guess he's just playing the part there. It is kind of crazy how much he looks like Dan there. Let me see. Dan Street Fighter. Let me see right there. Yeah, that's they put him in a suit instead of a gi. Okay, cool. So I don't know, guys. Like I'm on board for this. I still saw, like, I immediately, once that was shown, I was like, dude, I'm in. This looks peak. This looks fun. Could be, again, not that great of a movie. Let's just look at the nipple. But I was like, I turned around. Even then, there was still some people saying this looks terrible. This looks dumb. I'm just like, I'm not sure what you want. Jason Momoa here, all CGI'd out. Wonder how much screen time he's going to have. This dude's arm is going to stretch. That's the only move I remember from when I actually played, is his stretchy arms. I don't know. I think this actually looks good. Some people say, no, that looks stupid, cheesy, corny. But I'm like, I don't want every movie to feel grounded and realistic. If anything, that's kind of what they did with the Van Damme movie, is trying to make everyone work in a semi-believable way. This one is like, no, we're kind of crazy, kind of dumb, so let's just do it. Like, even the end of the trailer, I do remember this. There's a video game level of there where you fight with a car that's bouncing, the lowrider, and they actually do show off that car right there. It's a little bit right there. Let's see if I can find it. Street Fighter car level. I don't know if that's the right. Yeah, right there. Where in the game, if you beat up the car, it would also move and stuff like that. So it's like they're still embracing and having fun. So, hey, apologies right now to Street Fighter. I did not know your game. I was talking all this smack thinking you were going to be crap. You still could be crap, but that trailer completely turned me around, and now I want to see it. Second trailer could change our minds, because I think anybody can put together a really great trailer, especially when you have some good music and you have the fight scenes to go along with it. Yeah, you could convince me you got something there, but let's see some of the acting. Let's see what even the storyline is that makes all these characters here make sense, because I don't know much about the Street Fighter lore. But hey, I'm like, all right, I was wrong. I was wrong, Street Fighter. I admit it. All right, let's move on here and talk about Lanterns. Man, Lanterns fans, Jimmy Gunn is laughing at us. I don't know what's going on, but with Lanterns here, oh, well, these are actually just lanterns. So we know the Lantern Show is quickly approaching. All we have had for months, and what we're still basically going to have for months, is this photo of Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierce, I believe, as Jon Stewart. And we're like, okay, I want to see this. I want to get an idea of how much of their powers are they going to be using. Because they're going with the grounded feel, right? It's basically True Detective, or a detective story with the space cops, Green Lanterns, in kind of like this desert area trying to solve a crime. That could work if you're still using plenty of Green Lantern power and whatnot. So we only got an 11-second trailer that was honestly such a botched reveal, because we were supposed to get we were being promised and teased something more. If you go online earlier in the day, let's see, HBO, there was the actual HBO account that was promoting these files for different shows, and they showed a file for Lanterns with a time release. There's Boba. Go support Boba. Love Boba. Can't find it now, but it's probably on the HBO Max page, where they were just kind of showing you, hey, at this time we're going to release the actual teaser trailers for all these different shows and episodes. Yeah, right here. House of the Dragon, Euphoria, all these things. And they had Lanterns there, 1 p.m., 4 p.m. ET. I even feel bad because I was hanging out with my family. I was actually helping my sister put together a dresser. Yeah, your boy was working hard, just putting together a dresser. And I was doing that thing, busting my back, working real quick, because I'm like, Lanterns trailer is going to drop at 3 o'clock my time. I got to hurry, sis. This dresser's not going to work, but it's at least going to be built. And yeah, I zoomed out, got home, and it was 11 seconds of footage. 11 seconds of footage. To make it worse, this 11 seconds of footage was already out in the morning. The only thing that was different is that we got a message from the actor saying, hey, love y'all. Check out this trailer. Insanity. So we're still going to have to wait a little longer, and we still don't even have a release date. It was funny because even in the little video, he says, oh, check it out on, and then they bleep out what he said, meaning they still don't have an idea of when they're releasing the show, which I'm like, is that scary or is that not? And then again, which I should have put that as a thing to talk about. I'll talk about it as the final topic. Welcome to Derry had a similar thing where they kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. I'm believing it was because Bill Skarsgård. I thinking they refilmed the last 3 episodes so they could include Bill Skarsgård, because I don't think he was actually part of the show originally. But then when he signed on, they were like, all right, we gotta pop him in there, and that. So maybe it could be that. Maybe it could be a situation they're still refilming or working some things to make the show tight. But okay, looking at the footage that we got here, I will admit, I didn't expect this one to have like a big splash of color the way I wanted Supergirl. But it is crazy how, how pretty muted a lot of it looks. It definitely is giving the vibe of like a true crime type of show. And that is what they're going for, so I shouldn't be upset. I guess I was just sad with the lack of like VFX or Green Lantern-esque things going on. I would really hate for this show to follow the stereotypical formula that sometimes Disney Plus shows did, where you're introduced to the character, the problem, the hero, and it isn't until the final episode they get their costume, they have the big battle. Like, I'm just so sick of that formula, and I thought we had kind of moved past that. Penguin, Peacemaker, what was the I'll even say it. Welcome to Derry has kind of done better of it. At least they didn't save Pennywise to the very last episode. These past couple episodes shown plenty of Pennywise and had him really enhance the show. Like, you feel a big difference when Pennywise is in that show. And so same thing. It's like, I hope there is still plenty. I'm sure a lot of it is because here we're seeing Kyle Chandler, who's playing Hal Jordan, is basically going to work as a teacher to Jon Stewart. From the description is, though, he's a substitute teacher, so he's not even supposed to be the one training Jon Stewart. He's just kind of filling in, and you see kind of his like rough attitude of this. He's like, I'm putting a ring, I'm gonna jump out, and I hope you figure it out there. I kind of like that, and hopefully when this scene continues on, it's either Jon Stewart in his Green Lantern costume floating in the air, or a bubble has formed. Something that would be awesome, but I'm still into it. I'm still curious. I don't mind the fact that this is set in the desert and they're solving a mystery. I don't think you need to have the Green Lanterns always in space and all that. I mean, part of their duty is that they're assigned to a planet or assigned to a sector, and they protect that sector. They don't always need to be at the Green Lantern Corps. They don't need to be jumping planet to planet. So I don't mind it. Again, I wonder how much of it we get. So still cool, still excited for it. Like I said, this is probably the thing I'm most looking forward to, even more than Supergirl, even more than, honestly, about up there with Man of Tomorrow right now. Of course, Batman Brave and the Bold, but we have gotten very little updates. So as far as projects that exist and that have been made, Lanterns is like my number one thing I'm most excited for right now in the main DCU. Of course, Batman Part 2 is pretty high up there. But you guys let me know with just this couple second trailer. Are you like, dang, I wish we got to get more. How are you feeling about the look? Are you worried about the amount of VFX and things going on? I am a little bit. All right, the Batman Party 2. Let's talk about the Batman Part 2. Okay. So we got kind of an interesting update that happened earlier where there was a rumor going around from Jeff Snyder that we would be getting that Brad Pitt was being looked into as a villain in the Batman Part 2. And okay, I'll say it right now, it's already been debunked and they've already said that no, but I think it was debunked because it was actually a possible thing. The reason I say it was a possible thing is because, again, Jeff Snyder said that they went to him. He didn't say that he was into him. They just said that they approached him for it. And then the Hollywood Reporter today came out and said, sources tell us that no, that's not happening. It's not going to be going down. Which to me makes it sound like they reached out to Brad Pitt's people and they were like, yeah, we passed on that. We're not going to be part of that. So it's like, it seemed like a reality. And man, just looking at some of the cast members they're thinking about with this movie, it's people I never would have expected. Because first we heard Emma Stone was approached for a role that's now being given to Scarlett Johansson. That hasn't been finalized. That's still just, a deal that's currently being made, but Scarlett Johansson could be the one to end up getting it. Then Brad Pitt here, and he also passed it. It's kind of becoming a common thing now where a lot of high celebrity actors, their approach for these comic book movies, but the comic book genre isn't what it used to be, where it felt like either a career booster or a career starter. Now it's just kind of looked at as a thing. It's like, oh, we still doing that? That's still a thing? Oh, no, thank you. I don't want to be part of that. They can have a career just fine without it. I mean, Emma Stone is proving that. Brad Pitt is proving that with F1 and all that. So, but it is still interesting. These are the people Matt Reeves are looking into for certain roles. Because, dude, would have loved me some Emma Stone. Brad Pitt's not a bad actor. But again, not the type of people I would have thought to be in the Batman universe. Now, the role he was reportedly getting talked about is Dr. Arkham. We talked about this whenever Scarlett Johansson was in the deal for the movie. Dr. Arkham is looking to be a villain in this movie. Again, not the main villain. We still don't know who the main villain is. We don't know if it's Scarlett Johansson or if it's this Dr. Arkham guy, but it looks like it's just going to be like kind of a secondary villain or someone who's just an obstacle in Bruce Wayne or Batman's way. I think we got a lot of teases in the Batman to Bruce Wayne's lineage with his mom, because she was admitted into Arkham. I think that's just kind of an interesting twist. I don't know if that actually happens in the comics often or not, but just the fact that, you had Bruce Wayne's dad marry someone who was like spent some time in Arkham, Like, what's that all about? What happened there? Why did they do that? Was it the Court of Owls where the Wayne's not, cooperating with something, and so they punish them? It's like, all right, your girl, we're sending her to Arkham, Mr. Wayne. Thomas, so there's something in there going on. And then that also means we're going to actually be exploring Arkham if we're going to be following the guy who runs Arkham, because that's his job. He runs it. It's a family business. So we're going to learn the secrets of the origin, how it was made. Will we see more inmates? Because we know Joker's in there. The Riddler's in there now. Are we going to see other villains? Batman has been on the job for 2 years. In those 2 years, did he get any other notable people? So, yeah, some people, like, I see it now, like they would rather Hugo Strange. Yeah, I probably would have wanted that too. Dr. Arkham isn't somebody that just, whatchamacallit, that is all that notable. It's just, come and go. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. The only thing that did get confirmed from the Hollywood Reporter article is that the movie is now set to start filming in May. So if you want to know when we're going to start getting like more casting updates, set photos even, because those set photos are going to hit good whenever we get those. May of next year is when they're actually looking to start filming this movie. So January, February, March, April. Dang, we're going to be kind of deep into 2026 when they finally start filming this thing. It's been so long, man. I just need this movie to happen already. So May is when they're looking towards. How are you guys feeling about some of these characters, some of these actors that they're going for, man? It gets like people I wouldn't thought of. Next, you're going to hear Timothée Chalamet was offered the role of Poison Ivy. I'd watch that. Let's see what he can do with that. I don't know. Put him in the outfit, then we'll talk. All right. So yeah, so I know some people were thinking like Harvey Dent and all that. I'm just like, I don't know. He would have been fine as Harvey Dent, just a little old. I don't know. He probably would have been a good Harvey Dent now that I'm thinking about it. I could see him being a Harvey Dent. Yeah, but as Arkham guy, dude, that'd be kind of a crazy role for Pitt. Because that's like such a you think of him as like a swiny serious guy, so I can't imagine how he would have played that role. All right, let's talk about Spider-Man 4. We are still waiting for major updates with Spider-Man 4, but we did get some official ones that just came through the pipeline. So let's talk about the first official one, and then we get into some speculatory stuff. For one, we got told Michael Giacchino is going to be coming back to Spider-Man and do the score for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Here we go. Michael Giacchino is set to do the score for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I have really liked the scores that they've given Tom Holland. I think that is one of the better parts of his movies is the score. I want to see what other ones, because I'm like, am I confusing him with the Batman? Did he do the Batman score also? Yeah, he did. That was a great score, dude. Guy is honestly given great scores. And I think the one, was it Far From Home? The one that he did there, I thought was probably the best one of the Spider-Man. He did No Way Home and Far From Home. Yeah, he did Far From Home. Did he do Homecoming at all? He did not do Homecoming, did he? No, he did not do Homecoming. Yeah, the Far From Home score I thought was really good. No Way Home stuff was good in there too. It feels very Spider-Man-esque. Now with Brand New Day, I would have thought they maybe would have gone with a new composer to kind of give it that new flavor and feel that they're going for. I think he could probably pull it off and do something nice. All I know is he's done great work, so there's no reason to doubt it. It's going to be awesome. No word. Is he coming back for the Batman? I like what he did with the Batman. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. All right, next update, though, comes from Daniel RPK. Now, Daniel RPK has been teasing some kind of big repercussions with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let me see if I can get into his actual tweet. That way we can look into what he's teasing. But he was just saying the other day that, like, he has a source with Spider-Man Brand New Day, someone that on the set. It was confusing getting all the information. He didn't understand it. But now he's going to be able to. He says here, while they were filming Spider-Man Brand New Day, my source on set was great, but because it was during production, there was a lot of misunderstandings. Now, however, I have a much clearer picture of what's actually happening in the movie. I'm not going to ruin it, so it doesn't. So don't worry, but I will reveal a few things that I think will really excite you. So, I guess keep an eye on Daniel RPK. He's going to reveal some stuff, and one of the first things he revealed. Let me see if I can get to it here. Was some ninjas that we heard that Spider-Man was going to be fighting. There was this rumored big breakout scene in a prison where Spider-Man is apparently going to be fighting a bunch of ninjas. And it says here, the Hand are in Spider-Man Brand New Day. The suits will be comic accurate via Daniel RPK. So the Hand is going to be someone looking to be used in this movie. Honestly, with that, I'm thinking, then why no Daredevil? Where Daredevil at? I don't see him. And neither can he. Oh, what you gonna do, Mr. Devil? What you gonna do? I was like, man, yeah, I love Frank Castle in there, but you're gonna throw in the Hand and not have Daredevil in there to help Spider-Man or to fill him in on this? Because Daredevil would like easily fill. I don't know. Maybe Punisher probably already knows thanks to Red telling him about like, oh, I know a guy. He can't see, but he can hear like a mofo, man. He gonna tell you so much. Let me tell you about this Hand. I was just like, okay. Daredevil versus Hulk. I'm not saying Daredevil had to fight the Hulk. Although, let's be honest. Daredevil versus Hulk, Punisher versus Hulk, Daredevil is lasting longer. Right? I mean, Daredevil's at least agile. He can probably outmaneuver the Hulk a lot. One hit will take Daredevil out, the same as Punisher. But I think Daredevil has probably some sort of way to outmaneuver the Hulk. At least that's what someone said, Daredevil getting folded. But, okay. That's fine. At least we have an idea now, because some of us were thinking maybe it was the 10 Rings, because this was director Destin Daniel Cretton. And so, you know, maybe he was bringing in the stuff he set up in Shang-Chi with that army and the 10 Ring people coming into New York and maybe doing something evil. Could have been there. No, he's going to do the Hand. And again, he is the director who worked on Shang-Chi. Those fight scenes, Spider-Man versus ninjas, dude. Yes, let's see how that goes down. I hope that's obviously a really cool scene. Imagining just like what that would look like. I can see Spider-Man like trying to shoot his webs and them using knives and outmaneuvering him, or I don't know, because a lot of the people that Spider-Man has actually fought are not actually great fighters. The only person was Green Goblin. Green Goblin was like one of the first people Spider-Man fought that actually fights back. And that was a great fight scene, right? Like that scene in the apartment where they're doing all these tricks and he's beating him up and Goblin's just laughing at his face. Strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it. Here's my Goblin ball. Right? I don't know. I probably butchered that. But so I would love to see a Spider-Man who fights more skilled fighters. Because even Spider-Man himself, agile and spider sense and all, put himself next to regular trained ninjas who have been fighting all his life. He's going to be outmatched a little bit, and it's going to be his strength and spider senses that do a lot of the heavy lifting. So, kind of nice to Daniel RPK to let us know that. I am still as lost as ever on what's going on in this movie. I have this picture here that it's like, well, here's your answer, Chris. Punisher is running the Hand. No, please don't. This will be my greatest fear. Please. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, please don't let Punisher do this. I don't want no Punisher running the Hand. I don't want no Punisher War Machine outfit. I just want Frank as himself with guns. Punisher, no, you can't kill people. What happened? Did you lose your family? That's peak Punisher. That's all I need. I don't need him running the Hand. Someone said Symbol is tough. Symbol is all right. Symbol is all right. Someone said, please, Speed, I don't need this. So I guess, I hope not, but maybe Punisher is somehow running things or he's gotten them on his side. I still hope not. I'm still thinking whoever the ninjas follow are an entirely different villain. I would like to see the Punisher take some ninjas down, though. That'd be cool. Punisher, like, just imagining a bunch of ninjas like doing flips and getting out their weapons and all that, and Punisher just pulls out a Glock. I got it, Spider-Man. I don't know why he did 4 flips before he got to me. That was just unnecessary. Unnecessary. So, yeah, you guys let me know. This is some of the details we've been hearing about Spider-Man 4. Sounds pretty cool to me. Sounds pretty cool to me. All right, what's next? Oh, dude, this Avengers news. I don't even know what to say. All right, so we all know Avatar Fire and Ash is coming out. I give you guys a little tease. I no promises on everything, but I have filmed already my review for Avatar Fire and Ash. One, it's embargoed until the 16th. That's when we're allowed to post our review. But this weekend I might film that review all over again because I've ordered some Navi prosthetics. And hopefully your boy can follow a YouTube tutorial on how to do some Navi makeup. And we gonna have some fun. Oh yeah, I went to Etsy and I looked up Navi prosthetics. Not like I'm telling you that you can find it. Navi Avatar Pros. I even got the little ponytail. I tried doing it with my dog, but he didn't like it. I can't spell prosthetics. But I was like, oh, and so I got it from like an Etsy shop. What the heck? I can't even find it. Yeah, I got one of these. You glue it on your face, and then you just do it all over. Hey, this is the example photo. Hopefully, I can actually end up rocking this. So it said, "This guy is 30." And what? I want to spend my weekend becoming a Navi. There's some Navi for you, bro. And I'm 30. So hopefully I can nail that down. But if not, you'll just end up getting the regular video. All is to say, Avatar 3 is coming. And every week, dude, is a race to the clock. I'm being like, all right, Avengers Doomsday trailer. We know it's going to be coming with Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday. And well, we just got the news we've been waiting for. But I don't know how fans are going to like this. So it was a rumor, but then it got backed up by The Hollywood Reporter. So I don't even want to call this a rumor. It looks like a confirmation now, since this is an actual reputable news site, where they say here, let me go to the exact tagline. They say here, sources are telling us that the trailer for Avengers Doomsday will have a unique rollout, one aimed at getting diehards to see Avatar Fire and Ash multiple times. Get this. Disney is sending the theater 4 different trailers for Marvel's mega movie. Each will play 1 week before switching to the next. So if you see Fire and Ash opening weekend, you will get trailer 1. If you go a week later, you'll get trailer 2, and so on. Marvel had no comment on the rollout. Okay. I did not think this was going to be happening. We heard the rumor. It's been around for like a couple weeks. Scoopers were saying it, that whenever we do get the trailers, don't be surprised if it's more than one trailer. And I was like, oh, really? No way. What would that look like? They're going to release multiple trailers at once? All right. And now we got the actual confirmation from an actual news source here. It's like, yeah, you're getting multiple trailers, but they are one by one in theaters a week apart. What? Okay. Couple thoughts on this. I already see the chat spamming it, and I kind of agree. Cash grab. What a way to get some of us to be going to the theater to just see Avatar Fire and Ash over and over. I already seen it once, and my family wants to see it again, so I'm about to see it twice. And again, I like the movie. It is a good movie. I have more to say and some criticisms. You'll get that in my review. But to see it 4 times, to see these 1-minute trailers, tan loco, not tan loco. My George Lopez came out. No, man, no. If anything, I will have to be the guy who uses his AMC A-list to go. The trailer plays. Oh, thank you, Feige. And I'm headed home. I can't sit there for another 3 hours because I got stuff to do, man. You can't do that. And there's other people who don't have that luxury to just be going back just for that trailer, dude. Just for that. And we also have to talk about, most people won't even watch it like that. Most people are going to watch it from the one guy who's like, this is really going to help blow up my YouTube channel. Yeah, okay. Someone is going to camera rip it, is just going to be putting it on there, and someone's just going to watch it in poor 720p quality, uploaded to YouTube. Sure, Disney will probably try to strike down those videos as quickly as they can, but with the way the internet works, once it's up there, people will find it. I don't know how I feel about that. It is kind of a crazy marketing idea. If anything, it kind of shows me a little bit of how scared they are about the results for Avatar Fire and Ash, because I'll also be honest with you, Avatars are big movies, and I've always felt this with every Avatar film, is like they're films that make $2 billion. They're the biggest films in the world. But they feel like I feel like no one ever really talks about them leading up or even much after the movie. They only are really buzzed about in that one weekend. So Fire and Ash, I have not seen that much marketing. I've seen a couple TV spots and all that but for as big as these movies are, I'm like, bro, I was seeing more marketing for Wicked. I was seeing more marketing for other movies. I was like, do many people know Avatar Fire and Ash comes this weekend? You know, I feel like it's not as being heavily marketed to this event. Something like this is going to draw people in at least the first and second week. Now, how different are these trailers going to be is what we're going to talk about. I had the same thought that a lot of people had whenever this got announced. 4 trailers. We were hearing rumors of 4 different teams in Avengers Doomsday. Let me see if I can pull that up. Avengers Doomsday teams. There was a recent, how do I say it? Here's, well, these are more than 4 teams, but kind of an idea. Probably not the Doctor Doom team or the Loki team, but I'm thinking the Avenger team with Sam Wilson. You have the X-Men, Fantastic Four, the new Avengers, and there you go. I'm thinking that might be the actual trailer. It's divided up in the 4 teams that we're going to be seeing in Avengers Doomsday, and each trailer is just highlighting those members because the movie's already so big. That could be a good way to do it. A trailer just focusing on the Fantastic Four perspective, one focusing on the X-Men perspective, because they're in a whole other universe watching the incursion happen, and then they're going to meet our heroes from a different multiverse. That's honestly kind of a cool way to do it. Again, my idea more is just, how do you then release them afterwards? Because are you going to wait to release them HD online the weekend after? So, like, let's say Friday, Saturday, Sunday happens, that Monday, trailer 1 online. Okay, I'd be like, all right, still a little kind of crappy of you, but at least you released it online. Then weekend 2, Friday, Saturday, Sunday happens, that Monday, trailer 2 lands online in HD. If that goes down, I will be okay with that. And, you could be like, if you want to be one of the first to see it, go this weekend. But if you do the thing where you have all 4 weekends pass and not a single one of those trailers have been dropped online in HD, and you're waiting until then to drop all 4 of them, está loco. Está loco, Feige. Nah, put that backwards cap on and have that evil smile, Feige, because you just went to the dark side. Feige went, 4 trailers, theater only. Avatar Fire and Ash. It was a chosen one, Feige. It was supposed to bring balance to the nerds. I don't know, man. So we'll see what ends up happening. This is still pretty much looking like the plan. So this is happening. There's just a lot of details around how this will work that are still missing, right? So we don't know, is it theater exclusive? When do we get each trailer? What even is in each? Because some people are scared half the trailer of each one of these could be old footage. So like when they're showing, I don't know, the Fantastic Four trailer, they show a lot of footage from the Fantastic Four movie and then 20 seconds of new footage of Doomsday. The X-Men trailer, a lot of old footage from the old X-Men movies and then 20 seconds from Doomsday. I'm like, bro, so then when you really piece all of it together, 20 seconds of each trailer, then you actually have 1 minute complete of new footage from Doomsday? Está loco. Nah, come on, man. That would be crazy if they do that. I would be so upset if that actually happens. But yeah, the trailer synopsis got leaked. I didn't see no trailer synopsis. I don't see trailer. There's been a lot of fake stuff nowadays. So easy to fall for. Like, I can't believe how many views. There was this AI thing with Tom Holland and Sadie Sink, where Sadie Sink was dressed as Spider-Gwen on set, and everybody, it had I'm not even kidding, it had 8 million views, and everyone tagging me left and right. Chris, your secrets, it's AI. It's not real. But people were falling for that, man. People were falling for that. Each week, one part. I don't see no synopsis right now. Here's the release of each trailer if you wanted to see it. December 19, 26, 9. That'd be a crazy way to go. Just deep into January like that. I don't see no synopsis, though. These leaks already happening, man. And so, this leak, this AI was so oh, it's someone's recording it off to the side. My goodness. Okay, well, that's not a Doomsday trailer. Oh, is it this? Is this what you were talking about? All right, for booty and giggles, we'll read it, but I don't think this is legit. I'm an employee at Cinesystem Cinemas in Rio de Janeiro. I saw the first trailer that came out. We have access to the first trailer, but the other two trailers are still locked. Okay, so far, I will say this is believable with key encryption. These next two trailers will be shown weeks after the movie's release. The trailer is 1 minute and 47 seconds long. The opening of the trailer is a bunch of different galaxies and Reed Richards' voice talking about Franklin and his powers. Okay. Next was what looked like the X-Mansion on fire. Excuse me, in some kind of cinematic shot with some kind of Marvel medical music playing. What's Marvel medical music playing in the background? Pedro Pascal, it looks like he's getting a distress signal from Loki in the back. Yeah, just normal. He's just like, oh yeah, I got Loki on speed dial. Thing, can you answer that? Changing a diaper, Franklin. In the Baxter building for about 40 seconds. It looks like Doctor Doom in his metal armor, just as we imagine with the mask, but we don't hear him speak. He is only seen looking at the flag in Latveria. While we see the first photo of him in the castle of Latveria, we see the TVA completely destroyed for a few seconds. The most exciting clip that was sad is that we see Doctor Doom grab Magneto and use his telekinesis powers for the first time, and we see and push him to the ground with a lot of fighting going on in the background. And we also see a quick photo of the Sentinels. Sentinels are back. Oh, yeah, we did see photos of that. That is true. Doom teleports like the TVA with the orange outline, and we see him entering the fantastical world, the Fantastic World 4 with an army of Sentinels while the reconstruction of the city is happening for a few seconds, and then it cuts to black, and we see the logo for Avengers Doomsday. Then it cuts back to a quick logo of Pedro Pascal using his stretchy powers fighting Bucky. It has an Age of Ultron feeling trailer, but more medieval and intense. I don't know. Some of it feels like, I don't know if that's really, I'm gonna say fake, but watch it be real, man. Watch it be real. Can't trust anything nowadays, guys. Look at this AI stuff everywhere. I would love that costume though. It's not a bad costume. I can't, especially because I've been wanting the white on Reed. But yeah, craziness, man, craziness. You guys, let me know what you think about all this. How you feel about this release schedule? What you think it'll work like? Again, like, it's gonna suck if I'm just gonna have to do videos and because they're copyrighted by Disney, I won't even be able to show you the footage. Because if I show you the footage that someone took off their iPhone, Disney now has a reason to take down my video when they're like, well, we really want people to go to the Doomsday, the Avengers screening, Chris. But you guys let me know. You guys let me know. All right. You should draw the footage. It's going to be a bunch of stick figures. Can you imagine? Just be like, all right, guys, this is what I saw. So this is Doom. That's Reed. You could tell that's Sue because I gave her a blonde hair. I ran out of purple. Let's see what they got here. Some people are wanting a little bit of the Reddit. I'll do some Reddit. All right. Oh yeah, man, they caught me in 4K here. This dude TCU is so funny, Kevin. So he's reacting to the pregnancy announcement Haley Steinfeld and Josh Allen made, and as he's reacting, like, But what cracked me up about his reaction is he said, we got the teaser trailer for Haley Steinfeld's baby announcement. Teaser trailer for a baby announcement? That's so funny, dude. His mind is crazy. His mind is crazy. I did see this. The voice actor for Speedy said, guess what movie I might be developing at Warner Brothers Picture Animation. I would not mind a Speedy Gonzalez movie. More Looney Tunes, the better. Yo, what's up, 3C? What good, man? It's a good photo. It's a good photo. Okay. That's one. This is what 3C looks like as Nick Avocado. Is this like my face swap on Nick Avocado? I feel like that's a real person. Google thinks Chris is under 18. What? Why is it says, we changed some of your account settings because we couldn't confirm you're an adult. This guy just searches Toy Chica, Freddy Fazbear, Sonic. This dude's either 12 or autistic. I mean that with love. I mean that with love. Oh, someone added the sound? Yep, perfect.
Bang, bang.
Oh, dude, just me eating a little Debbie. That's a man who's filled with happiness right there. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 delays release date. No, I think they got it wrong. They didn't delay the release date. They announced another Sonic movie. It's not Sonic 4. Sonic 4 is still coming out on its March release date. Then they just announced another one. Unless I'm wrong here. I would see that as big news. I don't think that's real. I'll look into that, but I doubt it. What? Who's coming? Oh, I did see is that their ship name? I'm like, why does it say that? That's PETA and Katniss's couple name? Penis? This is going around because Josh Hutcherson and Jennifer Lawrence are supposed to be in the new Hunger Game movie. I wonder how though. I wonder if they're gonna play their parents. They're like the separately, or are they gonna do like a flashback scene or something? I don't know, because they wouldn't even exist, would they? Because that movie is all about Haymitch and when he did his game, so they would not exist. So I wonder who they would be playing, or what, or if it's like maybe Haymitch telling the story of his Hunger Games to Katniss's and PETA's kid. Let me tell you about the time I won the games. Penis. That's what PETA and Katniss named their kid. Yeah, our names combined. Come on, Haymitch. It's not that weird. Oh, dude, I can't wait. Ted, dude, that was one of the most surprising shows. I did not think the Ted series was actually going to be good. If you still have not seen the Ted show on Peacock, check it out. It's so hilarious, so funny. I cannot wait for season 2. Okay, not even going to read that. John C. Okay, let me just go to hot and see if there's anything good. We talked about that. Okay, okay. I wish I knew more about this Star Wars game that got announced. I know a lot of people are excited for it. I guess it's like the third Old Republic game. You know me, casual Star Wars guy, so I didn't even know there was 2 other ones, but it looked pretty interesting. I'm happy for all the Star Wars fans that were waiting for that. And I think that's where we hit. Okay, yeah, we're definitely done with this Reddit. PlayStation. Okay, there were 2 Star Wars games announced. Oh, nice. All right, I won't give a full review because I'm giving a review this Sunday, 100% for sure. Not lying. I thought this past whatchamacallit episode was going to be the final episode of the season. I forgot there's 8. I thought it was already there, but I do want to mention. Oh, dude, my hype for this show and my love for it went up exponentially after Pennywise was finally introduced. I'll get into more detail. This is just kind of a cliff notes for those of you who really want to know my thoughts on it. But the show was fine. Like, it was still enjoyable. I didn't think it was bad, but it wasn't like making me like want to click next every episode, one to the next. And now these last couple episodes leading into this final one have like really connected all the pieces they've been setting up, all the character arcs, all the human, adult, the kids stuff together. All of it has been coming together so nicely. And I'm going to elaborate on this more when I do my review on Sunday. Dude, I'm really wondering if Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise is way better in the show than he has been in the movies. Dude was already great in the movies and had a lot of great moments. I, for some reason, find him way more menacing, way more scary. His performance, way better in the show than I ever did in the movies. He is like so much more memorable. He's not even getting that much more screen time. Like, comparatively to the other episodes, yes, Pennywise is getting more screen time, but comparatively to like the movies, it's about the same so far, but his performance has been really great. And yeah, episode 7 broke my heart, dude. That character death and the way they set that up and everything. Oh my God. Yeah. So the glaze is back for Welcome to Derry, and I will definitely be elaborating more. this Sunday with the finale, because I'm hearing it's gonna go crazy. So look out for that, guys, if you've been wanting my thoughts on it. But yeah, dude, good stuff. Good stuff. Episode 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Oh, dude, yeah. The Pennywise origin has also been great. So let's get into it. A canceled movie you want to bring back. All right. There's been a lot of canceled movies. The one that most comes to mind, honestly, even as much as I would like to see Batgirl, I know it's mainly just for the Michael Keaton stuff, and I want to see how he's integrated in there. So honestly, I'm gonna say Scooby-Doo Holiday Haunt, because I've just been wanting a classic Scooby-Doo movie, and that felt like it was going to be that. It was just them solving a regular little mystery around the holiday season. It is Christmas right now, so I'm in that festive mood. I wish we could get a Holiday Haunt back. I'm glad we did get Coyote vs. Acme. Glad that is coming. Oh, dude, you're right. Last Ronin. Never mind. Scratch that. Forget you, Scoob. You dirty puppy. TMNT Last Ronin. You're right. I'm making a 2020s ranking on Letterboxd. Should I include horror adjacent franchises like Ghostbuster, Beetlejuice, Chainsaw Massacre, Chainsaw Man? Maybe. I feel like Chainsaw. Well, you know what? I would say those all pass, but it's just like it's almost like a different standard on, because the horror things that I liked, I wouldn't really put those high on the list, but it doesn't mean they're bad movies. I could say sure, but I don't think they go high on the list comparatively to more, So yeah, someone said glasses, Chris. I know. All right. Thank you guys for letting me. I need them. I need the glasses. All right. How much money do I have to send for the Dexter video, Chris? I want to hear your thoughts on the OG show and Resurrection so bad. I know. It's just a matter of sitting down at this desk, because again, it's not like a big video I'm posting on the main channel. No, I want to sit down here, film like if it was almost a live stream, and just go through each season, what I thought and all that. I'll still edit it and cut the fat out. It's not just gonna be a lot of me going but don't think of it as a big. But I do want to give my thoughts, because Resurrection ended up blowing me away. Avengers Doomsday trailer. Go see. Yeah, and I noticed you added the online release January 16th. That better not be true, man. They better not wait to release them all on January 16th. I was looking around if there was official on that, but it wasn't. So I'm assuming it's your guess, Billy. But dude, I would hate that. Movies you wish to cancel from production now. Well, I don't want to really cancel any movies. If there's always somebody who wants it to happen, right? Somebody's a fan of it, so they want it to go out there. The Animal Farm movie. I'm gonna go Animal Farm on that one, buddy. No, I can't think of any movie right now that I'm just like, I don't want to see that. I was like, I even want to see how Animal Farm goes down. The Labubu movie, good choice. I could always count on you, Alexander. Thank you. The Labubu, yeah. Do we really need a Labubu movie? That's a good one. What if 4 trailers for Doomsday are actually all of the teams that will be in the movie? Like a teaser for Sam's team, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and all ending with clips of Doom. That would be awesome. I would not mind that, as long as it's all new footage. Again, I'm scared that it would be a lot of like, oh, let's show the old nostalgia footage, kind of set our tone, and then go into the new footage. But yeah, that'd be a great way to go with it. R.I.P. Jeff Garcia, aka Sheen. Yeah, dude, that was kind of sad to see. I don't know if you guys saw the voice actor who did Sheen in Jimmy Neutron, which I was a big Jimmy Neutron watcher as a kid. He passed away age of 50, which I think is still pretty young. There's still a lot of life left at 50. Man, that sucks, man. I watched Jimmy Neutron a lot. I thought Sheen was a funny character with Ultra Lord. Was it Ultra Lord or Ultraman? I think it was Ultra Lord. But dude, Jimmy Neutron was peak. He was a fun part of it. I will admit I was not a fan of the Sheen show. Whenever Sheen got his own show, I gave it a couple episodes watch, but I still like Sheen in part of the Jimmy Neutron show. Fish off the North Star sends in some love. Thank you so much. What are your thoughts on the FNAF 2 box office earnings? Also, can't wait to hear your thoughts on Derry episode 7. Best episode of season so far. I do agree it was the best episode of season so far. I think the box office is probably doing really well, is it not? Let's see. Box office. Nuts of Freddy's 2. 136. Ooh, that third movie coming in, dude. That third movie is coming, because the The budget for this movie was 36 million. I think 36 or 35. Either way, they have quadrupled, fiftupled, whatever that is. They've made their money back and some, and it's still going. And it's so funny, even though they're already very profitable, they already announced the movie's coming to digital 3 weeks after release. That short window, guys. So by Christmas, I think you could watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movies at home, and that's probably on purpose. You know there's going to be a lot of kids going, "Mom, can I rent Toy Chica?" Okay, Billy, sure. So why aren't you watching the movie in the living room? Oh, Billy. Thoughts on Vision will return in Secret Wars. I mean, that's kind of expected. I mean, I want to see where White Vision goes. And whenever that concept art leaked of like White Vision with Star-Lord on a couch, I'm like, okay, definitely some sort of involvement there. So I'm fine. I'm just more curious how the Vision Quest show will conclude or finish that story. Because, man, WandaVision was so long ago, and we still have yet to conclude what happened to White Vision. Supergirl, Barbie, eat your heart out. I thought that said something else for a second. Retro lover, I was about to say. Let's see here. Sorry I missed last stream. So live for of asking Chris to make a short film. Oh, one of these days when I have the confidence. I know your answer is no, but have you? Oh, I did see it. Welcome to Derry. If so, what are your thoughts considering the finale comes? I am very hyped for the finale. I thought episode 7 was really good. That opening and everything involved with that fire sequence, it was definitely. It was reminding me a lot of Sinners, and it's funny because after I went on TikTok, so many people use the Sinners, like the quote of like, "Before the sun went down, I think that was the best day of my life." Was it like that for you? No doubt about it. Last time I seen the sun, last time I seen my brother. I'm with Haley Steinfeld now. I didn't know her name was Haley Steinfeld. I thought that was the actress. Okay. Cool choice, Ryan Coogler. But yeah, dude. Great. Oh yeah, and the theme, I definitely gotta do a little dance move. Get as far as I can play that with the copyright whenever I do my review. I can't wait for Robert Doomey Jr. Oh, he's gonna scare us all. The Street Fighter movie, Zangief, is perfect. Yeah, you know what was also funny about the Street Fighter trailer is like I don't have nostalgia for Street Fighter, but those sound effects, the perfect, you win. I have nostalgia for those sounds, but not in the way you think, because it all brought me back to the Mia Khalifa song. You guys remember that? Hit or miss. I bet they never miss. You got a boyfriend. I bet he doesn't kiss ya. That song, I don't know if y'all remember it. Sorry. It used so many Street Fighter sound effects that as the trailer was going on, I'm like, why do these sound effects sound familiar to me? And there you go. Okay, good. I'm not alone. Someone else said it. Someone said, bro, same. You guys don't remember? Okay, I'll play a little bit because I don't know how much I could play. Was it hit or miss? Hit or miss. This, I don't condone anything, but that song kind of slapped for a little bit.
Hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend.
That's probably as much as I could play before I get copyrighted. They'd probably do it too. That was just brain rot nonsense that was on my feed back in when this song came out 7 years ago. It was all over the internet. That's why I didn't listen to it on my free time. But that song uses a lot of Street Fighter sound effects. So as I was watching the Street Fighter trailer, I'm like, why is this hitting like a nostalgia thing from me? I never really played Street Fighter. And I was like, oh, that song. No, so I was like, oh, now I remember. Yep. It was, what is this, bro? I'm giving you a lesson on internet culture, okay? You want me to help you with the Friday song? Okay, this was the first viral trend when I was in middle school. Bro, you would annoy your friends going, Friday, Friday. I'm expelled. 6-7. I'm from the future. They don't know about 6-7, and then you combust and explode because you mess with the space-time continuum. Oh, so you guys will say this one's a classic, but not hit or miss? All right, that's fair. I bet he doesn't kiss ya. Hit or miss. That song was always, it was stuck in my head. All right, just want to say that I'm just as hyped for the third FNAF movie as you are, Chris, which is exactly why I think it needs to be rated R to do it justice. And I think Blumhouse fails to realize FNAF's true potential by making the movie family friendly. Like, I mean, to an extent, you can't, I get what you mean by family friendly. PG-13 is still like hitting a certain demographic and trying to push it. I mean, there's still blood, there's still some killing. So it's not as family friendly, but it is friendly to a sense, and I get you, but I agree. Just try it, Mr. Blum. I think you will be surprised. I think you will still make a good amount of money. Your movie will be profitable with that final movie, and it'll also be so much better for it if you just let it be rated R. Just imagining William Afton's corpse inside Springtrap, what the kills could look like with the bunny outfit and all this other things, and the body count, the fun you could have. It would just finally be like the true potential. And I guarantee you people will show up just because it's rated R. Because there's people who saw Five Nights too, and they're like, I'm done. I'm not watching this anymore. I'm done. But you tell them it's rated R, you're like, all right, let me see what you got then. And even then for the people going, yeah, but I want to see it too, and I'm a kid, and my mom won't let me. You just saw 3 weeks in theaters, and it's going to be online. I'm pretty sure you could trick your mommy into renting it on the Apple TV and be like, yeah, Mom. No, that R stands for radical, Mom. This movie's radical. And then when the first bloody kill happens, worth it. Cosmic brownies are better. I do like cosmic brownies, but this is a holiday treat. Little Debbie's, I only eat around the Christmas time. I know they're just reskinned zebra cakes. Papa ain't no fool. I'm aware. But there's something about them shaped like little trees, the little red icing, the glimmers of green sprinkles. They feel like a holiday treat. A cosmic brownie is around all year, and I do like them. But cosmic brownies are also a thing where if I have them too much, because yeah, your boy's been the guy who buys a pack. You ever walk down the pastry aisle and goes, who buys a whole 12-pack of cosmic brownies? I'd like to meet that big back. Hello. 3C Films. Nice to meet you. They start to just taste funny after a while. They taste like you ever bite into Play-Doh? They start to feel like Play-Doh after a while. So I have to give it a break and then come back to it in like 3 months or so. I'm giving you the reality of my life. I'm not going to pretend and sugarcoat it. This is who I am. They're bad for you. That's why. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. I don't do it regularly. Thoughts on the new Christmas movies you've watched? What are the new Christmas movies I watched? I'm trying to think. What's a new one I watched? I don't think there was like a new Christmas movie I watched. Was there a new one? Would you count Wake Up Dead Man, the Knives Out movie? I don't know. I don't think there is a new one I've seen. It's all kind of old stuff right now. I do need to make time to. Oh, The Holdovers is nice. I do need to make time for to see that Silent Night movie. I have not had the time to go see it. I do want to check that out. Thoughts on Iron Lung going from 50 theaters to that's awesome, dude. That's great. Cause I was feeling bad for Markiplier whenever like we were looking into the story and the news came out about it, and I saw the more extended trailer, and I was like, oh dang, man, it feels like. And, I saw a clip of him talking about it and people were asking him, why didn't you send it to festivals? And he was like, you are the festival. It's going to you. And he even got emotional at one point because he's like, I worked so hard on this. It's finally coming out. So like, I can understand and aspire to what he's wanting to do. And so when I saw it was only going to be such limited release, I'm like, man, it's just going to come and go. Seeing that now, how many theaters have supported it, how many are going to put it up there. Great. I hope people show up. I hope people enjoy it. So I will definitely now, because I don't even know if it was going to be in a city near me when it was just 50 theaters. Now, definitely be able to watch it. And I'll give my honest thoughts on it when I see it. Restore the Snyderverse or keep James Gunn in the DCU. Right now, it's still James Gunn in DCU. because I still like what he's doing. But hey, 5 years down the line, a couple papooey projects, or just not interest, or just feeling like his direction wasn't working, I might have said Snyderverse. Sometimes, dude, again, the most annoying thing about the Snyderverse are the Snyder Bros. Whenever I like throw a little shade at the Snyderverse, it's never about Zack or much of. I do have issues with the movies, but I've been honest about those criticisms already. There are still a lot of peak things, a lot of cool things. I mean, the imagery alone of those movies are so awesome, and I wish we could go back to that kind of imagery style with actual substance and good storytelling. But I think that's just the most I miss, because I'll see some edits of the Snyderverse and I'm like, dude, this universe did look great. But then you sit down and watch the movies and you go, I remember now why I complain. Someone said, Chris, did you watch Begonia? Believe it or not, I actually did watch Begonia last night. In fact, I'm going to make a post on the community on YouTube, so look out for that in the coming days, because I'm trying to get through a bunch of movies that I've seen this year that I didn't give individual reviews. Begonia will probably be one of them, and I'll do like this big video giving you my thoughts on a lot of movies like Roofman, Begonia. Try to think of what other movies. There's a bunch of movies I'm currently trying to go through and watch just so I can tell you my thoughts on them. And Begonia was one I saw last night. I liked it. I wasn't crazy about it. The ending, I think, is make or break for a lot of people, and I get that. To me, it's like if the ending didn't go where it went, I would have been like, why do people talk about this movie? It's not bad, but it's nothing like, it's kind of straightforward. And great actors, Jesse Plemons, Emma Stone, they're awesome in it. But I was like, why are people like, I don't see. And then the ending happens. You're like, oh, okay. That's okay. That's not bad. Not bad. So I wasn't too crazy about it, but I did like it overall. I did watch Him. I have a review of Him. Him is up there. But it's just so I can get to my my year-end best movies, worst movies, most surprising, most disappointed, comic book movies, horror movies, all that stuff. I just want to get through as many movies as I can, and that way give you my thoughts on those. 3C, which Stranger Things character in the universe would watch your channel? Also, Drunk 3C for Supergirl review. I don't know if I'd ever be drunk on stream with you guys. I don't know how good that I feel like that's only fun for me. Is it really fun to see me be like, oh, what up? And I think in my entire life I've only ever been drunk like twice. I don't do much drinking or anything like that. So don't know if I'd ever do a drunk review, but that maybe if the movie calls for it, right? Maybe if the movie calls for it. You know me, I'll do the dedication. But what you were saying, I like that question. Which Stranger Thing character would watch me? All right, let's go through the main four. We can continue on if you guys like the conversation. If not, then we'll just move on. All right, so let's start off with Mike. I don't think Mike would like me. I think Mike is a little pretentious, not in a bad way, but he's a little highbrow. And he would rather watch people like a Dan Murrell, which, again, that isn't a diss on Dan, but he's so much better at articulating his thoughts, does a lot more of like the A24, drama Oscar bait kind of movies. And that's great. And he does a good job at that. I think that's where Mike would gravitate more towards. So maybe not Mike. I think Dustin would for sure be a fan, but he'd be a fan that hate watches me. He'd be a fan that likes to hear my opinion, but the minute I say something he doesn't like, oh, you're so stupid. I don't think that's right. You're so dumb, Chris. I don't like you. And the next video comes out, he hits play. I got tons of people like that, okay? There's a feature on YouTube that lets me see your comment history whenever you comment on my channel, and I can't tell you the amount of times I get the most awful, revolting, mean comment, and then I look at your comment history, and the last video was, love you, have a great day. Oh, you suck, Chris, I hate you. Oh, I love this video, Chris. I'm like, okay. Y'all just out there. So I think Dustin would be a fan, but he would have kind of like a hate boner for me. He'd be like, I like Chris, but sometimes his opinions are whack. Will, you know what? I will say Will does like me. I think because I am inclusive, I give every movie a fair shot, and in real life, I have met a lot of LGBTQ fans that are very appreciative of my content, and that makes me feel nice. I think Will would watch me. Lucas, I think would be I don't think he'd be a religious watcher. I think he'd watch just when he needs an opinion on a movie. I think Lucas would be the kind where it's like, what's this movie? All right, let me see what Chris said. But he wouldn't watch the video. He would just fast forward to my overall thoughts. He's like, okay, he said he'd watch it in theaters. That means he liked it. All right, we can put it on, honey. That's probably what Lucas would become. He's the fan that was a fan of me as a kid, but as he's getting older and he's starting to think like, this guy's a little cringy. He's almost 30. I'm about to go to college. His little jokes aren't that funny to me, but I aligned a lot with his opinion. So let me just see what he said. I think that's where Lucas would go. I'm dissecting this like I would. Let me see what you guys would say. Dustin would love you. Will would like you too. Okay, good. Glad you like. Someone said that's brutal. That's brutal. Let's see here. Holly Def. She seems like a film nerd for sure. Hey, F Holly. Get out of here. If I found out Holly was a viewer of 3C, immediate block, immediate suspension. She seems like a film bro. Woman didn't have a personality till episode 1 of season 5. Certified Holly hater to the day I die. What I hope happens to Holly by the end of season 5? Just kidding. And that's another reason Mike doesn't watch me. I'm just kidding. I'm totally forcing the Holly hate. I like where things are going with her, but she seems like a film nerd. She's had 4 episodes of character development. Does she seem like a film nerd? Does she? Just kidding. Let's see here. Will would be geeked from Vecna. Dude, have y'all seen those weird... I can't even play them because they're they have music in them, but someone does like these 3D blender edits where they're just like they're the craziest thing. I don't know. They're hilarious. Erica, you know what? I think Erica would watch my videos, but she'd be a lot like Dustin too, where she would get mad at my opinions. Let's see here. Steve would secretly watch you. Steve would watch me after Dustin recommended me to him. I see that with Lucas. Okay, so y'all agree on that. Honey and Max is sleeping. Yeah, that's good. Steve would sneak watch you. Oh, so he's embarrassed to watch me. He's the kind that would watch me at home, but if he's like eating his Subway at the restaurant, he's in the corner making sure no one knows. What about 11? I don't think would be into me, which is fine. 11 doesn't. I think 11. Who would 11 watch? She'd be kind of a Grace Randolph fan, would she not? I think so, but not like because not of any of the bad with Grace Randolph. She's just like, oh, girl movie review. I like girl. Yeah, does that seem fair? No, y'all tell me. Robin, probably not. Robin, I think she seems more like a Jeremy Johns. That's a good thing for her. They probably have a more matching energy. Would be hilarious if Hopper was a movie buff. That would be funny. All right. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad this was a good exercise. Thank you for that. That was fun. I got too into it though. Revealed some insecurities. Jesus loves you. Well, thank you. My family tells me that all the time, and Jesus loves you too. Ted season 2 announcement. Yeah, I did see that. Can't wait. IDK, if you already talked about it, but did you see more theaters are letting Iron Lung play? Is there one close to? Yeah, one will probably be close to me now that it's 1,900 theaters. So yeah, I'll for sure be able to find a screening for Iron Lung. Do you hope that Black Cat or Daredevil will have a cameo in Brand New Day set for Spider-Man 5 and 6? I was hoping Black Cat would be part of this movie as sort of like a rebound relationship type of thing. Not that they needed to stay, but I do think like Spider-Man maybe getting in a toxic relationship, still like trying to get over Mary Jane or like hurt by it. And not necessarily that they had to do anything romantic, but just falling for someone that ends up using Spider-Man for crime or things like that, I think could have been an interesting arc. I wouldn't mind Black Cat in the next movie though. That would be an interesting love triangle. Daredevil, yes. But we'll see. I'm still thinking that they're going to do some sort of how do I say I think they're eventually going to do a Deadpool one. I just have a feeling Deadpool and a Spider-Man movie would go crazy, and I feel like they're trying somehow to make that work. They just got Punisher. Yeah, I know you're like, well, Chris, rated R, PG-13. They just got Punisher. That's them softening up for a Deadpool team up. I feel like that's what they would be going towards. Did you see Single Night? Oh, Silent Night. I saw it and it was better than the OG. The actual pre-K story and a movie was gory like Terrifier 3. I want to see it. I have to make time for it. Do you want a sequel to Clown in a Cornfield? I'd watch it. I don't know if it's gonna happen. The movie they made was fine. Like, it was enjoyable. It was good. I don't think it made as much as they want. So if it did, it'd have to be like really sponsored by like Shudder or one of those streaming services. Did you hear that Alien vs Predator 3 is in the works? I mean, we've kind of figured that was. I don't think anything official got announced, but I'm betting you they're working on an Alien vs Predator movie. But I'm glad they're not rushing towards that. It looks like we're still getting another Predator movie, another Alien movie, and then from there we'll see how they build up to Alien vs Predator. But it doesn't look like it's something they're rushing towards, which I think is good. Let's just have fun with the separate stories and see where things go. Google YouTube Shorts Grandma and Benny the Bear. It's so funny. Well, I will save that for later. I don't know if that's something we'd watch here, just because I don't know the context of that, but I will save that. By save that, I mean move on. We just adopted a 12-week kitten. Oh, nice. There's a small hole with wits that leads to the basement. She went into it and we thought she died. Oh, luckily she was in there, but there was a small corner where she was. Oh, that's adorable. I don't have any kitty lore because I never had any cats. I'm not much interested in being a cat person, but I respect the cat lovers. I will say my sisters did have cats. So I'm a child of divorce, so I was jumping from dad's house to mom's house. But my mom had my sisters, and they had cats. And the funny thing is, they thought they had two boy cats. One of them turned out to be a lady. One of them was a lady, and they found out because it randomly went to the corner and had birth one day. Wild stuff that happened to them. They were so shocked that day. They were so surprised. I wish I could have been there to see that happen. They were just like, their cat was acting funny, was a little moody, went to a corner, and out popped out a couple of kitties. And they're like, oh, you're a girl cat. I thought you was a boy cat. So that was funny. I know, that's what I said. I was like, how did they not know it was pregnant? I'm like, well, how did you think it was a boy cat the whole time? Like, wouldn't it be, I don't know, I've never looked at a cat's anatomy there, but for a dog, because I got a little chihuahua, it's pretty obvious to tell he's a little boy. How would you not tell with the cat? Because I thought that was funny that happened to my family. I need a DBZ movie as corny. You know what? Kind of same. I would still like them to take some moments somewhat seriously, but yes, 10 times the budget too of the Street Fighter movie. But yes, I would love to see that. Chris, I was the guy who asked you to wear the Supergirl fit. Thanks for shouting me out the tweet. That made my day. You're an awesome man. Also, would you rather Batman 2 have Hugo Strange or Dr. Arkham? I would prefer Hugo Strange just because I'm more familiar with him. Like, Dr. Arkham was one of the first times I had heard of that character when it was rumored. So Hugo Strange, but you know, I wanted to see Dr. Arkham. Can flesh out more common Batman characters out there. Scream 7, Sam Carpenter becomes killer. Thoughts, low-key, kind of happy she was fired now because we kind of dodged a bullet. It would have ruined Scream 5 and 6 for me. It would have made no sense for Sam's arc. I do think there's more context to that, but unfortunately we will never know. What he's saying is that Skeet Ulrich did an interview where he was asked, hey, are you part of Scream 7? How's that? And Skeet said, no, I'm not in the movie. I was going to be at one point in Scream 7 when the movie was going to be about Melissa Barrera, and her arc was going to be she would become Ghostface. And that was kind of the plan for the 3 movies and things like that. I think there is still so much context missing for that. I don't think her becoming Ghostface meant she became like the bad guy or the killer of the series. I think it could have been a reverse thing. Maybe I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like there's could have been more to it. But I do agree if they turned her straight up evil and she had this flip of the script and she was the bad guy for the movie, or had this split personality, that would have been so annoying where like she didn't even realize she was dressing up as Ghostface killing this whole time. That's like a soap opera level scream twist that I would have hated. Then yes, I agree. That would have ruined the arcs and all that. But I think there's more context that we're just probably missing, where she was probably going to dress up as Ghostface and hunt the real Ghostface, which that could have been awesome. That could have been cool. Or maybe it would have been like a Dexter situation where she's aware there's these bad people out there and she wants to get rid of them. So she's like, oh, let me just become Ghostface. That kind of works. I would have seen that then if the people she's killing deserve to be killed. But I don't know. We'll never know. We'll never know. Maybe one day we'll get that story. But it was kind of cool to see Ulrich to let us know that it's like, oh, we had a plan, but didn't work out. Kind of interesting. But again, I feel like a lot of like context of maybe what was going to happen is missing. Hey 3C, thanks for always making us laugh. Happy to do it. I recently lost my dog Zero. Oh, I'm so sorry. For my profile pic, adorable doggy. I walked him during every stream, and he easily was our favorite part of the week. Tonight feels bittersweet. I am so sorry, man. I can't imagine. I mean, I have 4 little puppies. You guys see Noah all the time, and dude, I am that person that has those intrusive thoughts in the middle of the night where I'll just be looking at Noah, because I do let him sleep on the bed with me, and he'll just be there with me, and I just think, one day you're gonna die, and it's gonna hit me like bricks. And then I like think hard on that moment of him dying and what that would feel like. And right before I start getting into tears and convulsing, I'm like, okay, that's enough. But dude, yeah, dude, I hate that when I have those thoughts. I'll just have a sweet, great moment with my pet, and I'm like, one day you're not gonna be here, and I don't know what to do with that information. It's horrible, man. So I hope you're getting through it, and I'm glad I can make that time happy for y'all when it did happen. Rest in peace, Zero. Rank the 3 Terrifier movies. For me right now, it's still Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3, and then Terrifier 1. I need to maybe give Terrifier 1 another shot, but I remember being disappointed with the movie, and just I know it's just kind of Art the Clown is just killing it random and having fun. Maybe that movie is more of a vibe now, and I can just like it for what it is with the lore that's been built up with the recent movies. Because Terrifier 3 made me look at Terrifier 2 differently, and the information in Terrifier 2 made me look at Terrifier 1 differently. So maybe when Terrifier 4 comes out and we get the full picture, maybe my ranking will change or my understanding of the movies will change. But that's kind of where I have it right now. I still like them all, but I will say I'm more likely to watch 2 and 3, and I really have not gone back to 1 since it came out. Welcome to Dairy episode 7 thoughts. Great episode. Yeah, great episode. Kind of gave my thoughts a little bit on it. I really thought they handled the opening so well. The Pennywise stuff is unbelievable. I really do think it's becoming better than like how he was in the movies. Makes me curious how they're going to do season 2 now, because now that you have Pennywise this full frontal into the show, I don't think you could go into season 2 hiding him for half the season again and then bringing him out. But yeah, great stuff, and I will go more in depth with the trailer, with the episode, the final episode this Sunday. Have you heard of the actor Jeff Garcia, who played Sheen in Jimmy Neutron, passed away? Yeah, we talked about it. R.I.P. R.I.P. Hey, Crispy, did you watch the Game Awards? During the orchestra's final number on stage, the flute guy was killing it. Did you see him? Be blessed, bro. Unfortunately, I didn't stay to watch that long. It's so crazy sometimes watching the Game Awards, because I don't mean this with any disrespect. Obviously, everyone has their own niches and things. But to me, I'm like, I wonder if watching the Game Awards is what like a non-movie person feels like when watching the Oscars. Because like when I watch the Oscars, I'm familiar with all the jokes in the monologues, all the references, all the trailers and performances. I'm pretty aware and how they think. But maybe someone else, it's like, well, this movie about olden times, this sci-fi movie, this Avenger movie, this is all too much and weird. So sometimes I watch the Game Awards and there's just trailers or things for these games that I'm like, who is playing this game? There was like a trailer for like a game that was like involved 1,000 puzzles, and it was like the 3rd game in the series, and I'm like, someone's playing the 1,000 puzzle game and it's the 3rd one in the series? Or like there was this weird trailer where like a guy's head just turned into a foot and he was being burned at the stake. And I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I just felt so lost in watching some of these trailers. Again, not knocking on it, because maybe if I was more into the video game community, I'd be aware. But sometimes I'm watching, I'm like, how does everybody get hyped for all this? Like, I have no idea what's going on. Unk don't get it. But okay, I'll also be honest, though. How many medieval soul or explorer games do we need? But then again, you think about the community. Or, well, then how many superhero films do we need, Chris? Yeah, shut your mouth. If I want to play Medieval Knight Mate 3 and build a little community in a fire, I will do that. But I just feel like I've seen like at least 100 trailers of a game that takes place in medieval times with ogres and this, and it's like, we're not tired of this? But then again, you think of the movie community, it's like, well, I've seen the same movie trailer for an Avenger film. You not tired of this? I guess you're right. Touche. Tutushi. The Resident Evil thing looked cool, though. I'm not saying everything was like that. Some stuff I understood, like the Resident Evil thing was cool. Tomb Raider, I thought looked interesting. Trying to think of like what else piqued my interest as far as what I was seeing. Yeah, it's kind of... Nah, you're making a valid point, yeah. In space, no one can hear you oh. Bro, did you see the shitty Mickey and Winnie trailer today? You covered it when it was first announced. It looks horrendous. All right, go. Is it? How badly? I could skim through it. Sometimes those things be showing balooblies, and I can't show balooblies on here. Was it Mickey versus Winnie? Mickey versus Winnie trailer. It came out. One came out 3 weeks ago. What the heck?
It's time to meet your new nightmare.
Oh, these are just some friends that decided to have fun for a weekend. What the heck? Is that's supposed to be Winnie? It's gotta be, right? Looks like a bear suit and all that. Oh, with the red shirt. Mickey Mouse. Winnie the Pooh has a red shirt. So that's Winnie? Where's Mickey? Where's Mickey? Show me the mouse. Good Lord. What have we done? Thoughts on McFly and Danny Phantom in Fortnite? Dude, I have not had enough time to play Fortnite. And so I still have not unlocked Marty McFly from the Battle Pass. Maybe that's what I'll do this weekend. I'll hop on Twitch for the first time in 300 years and just grind the Battle Pass out. No promises, though. I got a lot to do this weekend. But there's an idea. Danny Phantom is cool. I bought him right away, though. I think Andrew Schultz was trying to make headlines. Yeah, probably. You know, it's marketing. It's marketing. I wish it was just a little bit more friendlier. Like, I think there was a way to do it kind of friendly. I was honestly hoping the Mortal Kombat cast was there. And I was actually, you know, as silly sunshine and rainbow world we live in, I was like, oh, it's cool. The Street Fighter cast, the Mortal Kombat cast all together on this set. That could have been cool, but all right. Thoughts on the Odyssey prologue leak? I did not watch the leak. I would like to watch it in theaters the way Christopher Nolan intended. And also because when I clicked on the link, it already got copyrighted. So I didn't get to see it. But I am looking forward to watching the Odyssey prologue. Street Fighter costume design looks awful. I disagree. But you're not alone, dude. I thought everyone was going to be like me going, dude, this actually looks dope. This actually looks fun. A handful of people were like, what are you talking about, Chris? This looks trash. I think, you know, and if you think about it, I think the Borderlands, I just wasn't big on Borderlands at all. But Borderlands kind of nailed down some of the designs, no? I thought they kind of did a good with like the look of the world. Movie and story could have been better, but the look of the world kind of true to the game, no? So just watch FNAF 2 as a fan. I don't think it's an improvement over the first, but putting the FNAF bias aside, yeah, it kind of makes sense why they say it's bad as heck. Worst movie. Hope FNAF 3 would be good. I respect that. I'm glad a lot of FNAF fans are honest and can be like, I liked the movie, I enjoyed it, but yeah, it's not a good movie. I was like, that's fair. That's fair. I did think, somewhat of an improvement from the first, but I think a lot of it is because the first one can pass for a real movie, if that makes sense. While the second one is just kind of like, I hope you get the references. I hope you get the references. Just seen Markiplier Iron Lung movie is going to be coming to Landmark Theaters in Canada. Can't wait to watch it opening day. That's awesome. That's cool. That's going worldwide. Saw FNAF 2 opening night. Theater was full. Most of us were dressed up. 1 hour in, fire alarm went off. We had to evacuate and firemen came. Turns out a kid was vaping and tripped an alarm. After that, we were allowed back in. Oh, cool. At least you got to finish it. You vaping in a theater now, kids? You kids and your vapes. I'm glad I was out of school when I was like barely getting out of school when vapes were starting to become a thing. Okay, you had to do a real Marlboro hit like a real man, knowing that electronic stuff. But man, that's just crazy. The vape addicted kids. Thomas Wayne liked him crazy. Just say that. I don't blame him. Love Michael Giacchino's Zootopia 1 and 2 score. Oh, he did those scores too? He does a lot. I think he did the Incredibles score also. Yeah, he's nailing. He does a lot of great work. Is it true Sadie Sink is gonna play Jean Grey? That was like one of the first rumors. I doubt she's gonna be playing an X-Men character. It would be wild. If anything, I'm honestly starting to believe she's playing an original character, someone made up for the movie. I don't even know if she will be someone. I think there was someone who said she's gonna be Centaura, this like character that kind of shapeshifts in Spider-Man comics. They're pulling a lot of like kind of unknown characters for this movie, but we'll see. Do you think Paulbert might be redeemed in Zootopia 3? I know he did some really bad things, but there's a bit there where he's in jail and it looks like he feels bad. I don't. That's just me. No, I don't think Paulbert will be redeemed. I'm glad they also arrested the villain from the first movie because I thought that's what they were setting up, that she would be the villain again for the third movie. And I'm like, she was a fine villain in the first movie, but she wasn't exciting enough to like bring her back for a third time or a second time in the third movie. So I'm glad that they also arrested her. But now I'm ready to see them birds, dude. I want to see a flamingo. I want to see a penguin. I want to see a duck, a goose. I can't imagine who's going to be some of those voices and what Sky City looks like. And how does Nick and Judy even like go to the sky? A lot of fun they could have. Let's see here. Brad Pitt as Deathstroke. Looking Google images. Is that like something someone has photoshopped before? Brad Pitt Deathstroke. Please don't tell me something bad is gonna pop up. Oh, someone has done the edit before? That's kind of not bad. I think with a good editing, you can make anybody look good. Somebody could edit me as Deathstroke, and they'd be like, oh, I see it. I see it. If Deathstroke liked Little Debbie's and couldn't put them down, I'd see it. I see it. Let me cook. Rudy Mancuso as DCU Plastic Man. He was already in The Flash and Welcome to Derry, so he's a good relationship with WB. Wouldn't mind it. I wasn't much of like a Rudy, because Rudy, I knew him more as a content creator, but even then I wasn't like crazy about his content. It's great how much his career has been taken off. I think he directed a movie that a lot of people liked, and he got himself a baddie. I didn't watch a lot of Riverdale, but when I did, she was the motivator. She was the one. As soon as Riverdale would come on and she'd go and Daddy would be like, Mija, and I'd be like,
oh boy, yeah.
Good for him, man. Very happy for him. But it's crazy. It's another inspirational take. You could go from content creation to then being in the industry, and he's done a lot of diverse work. He's directed, he's acted. Could be cool. Could be cool. Madagascar is I think would prefer Ben Schwartz for Plastic Man, but we'll see. Madagascar is back for its 20th anniversary, January 16th. Yeah, I like Madagascar. Moment of silence for Jeff Garcia and Jim Ward. R.I.P. Do you think that Brett Ratner owns some sort of ownership with the Rush Hour franchise, which is why they can't someone else directly? I think that's what it is, because it's like, well, if he's the only thing holding the movie back, then get someone else. I think he was maybe a contract deal back in the early days where they didn't pay attention to that much stuff, and they're like, it's just a silly buddy cup comedy. Sure, give him partial ownership, and so maybe now he has like a right as a producer, maybe. Or maybe by like the third movie came out, he somehow weaseled his way into owning a large chunk of it. So I think that's the only reason, probably why. Because even Paramount admitted, even before Donald Trump like ordered the movie to happen, Paramount said they passed on the movie. So they had the option to make it also. Because Warner Brothers are the owners, of Rush Hour. And because of the Brett Ratner thing, they didn't want to make it. So they were like, if you want to give this to another studio, go ahead. Every other studio also passed. Sucks, man. I kind of want to see Rush Hour, but people got to ruin things. You dressing up as Chun-Li when Street Fighter comes out? I don't know if you'd want to see that, man. I ain't got those hips. 3C, who do you think should voice a King K. Rool in the Donkey Kong movie? My choice is Brad Garrett. Is that like an actual voice actor? We're never going to get that lucky, my friend. We're never going to get that lucky. Oh, okay. No, that would be an interesting voice. I could kind of hear that. Donkey Kong. I can't do that voice. That wouldn't be bad. It definitely has to be someone grazely and nasally. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring then for the guy who voices freaking Joe in Family Guy. I'm going to say him. Patrick Warburton. I want him. Peter. I can't do it. I'm no voice actor, guys. I wish I could do imitations. I can't do it. Tom Holland. Since we are at the end of the year, should Bring Her Back get a sequel? It was a favorite movie of 2025, and I feel like they could do a prequel. Thoughts? No, honestly, that's a great one and done movie. You don't really need to explore that one again. As much as I like it, yeah, you could explore like the cult aspects or the ritual things they were doing. But and they're already busy with the Talk to Me, so let's see how they do that sequel first. I'm honestly just willing to see their next idea, whatever their next original horror is, because I thought Bring Her Back was great. I can't believe not enough people talked about it. Some people just let it come and go. I think it's up there as one of the best horror movies of this year. Just curious, do you plan on reviewing Burger King SpongeBob meal? And also, do you plan on reviewing the SpongeBob movie when it comes out? I actually have my screening for the SpongeBob movie tomorrow. Gonna see me some fish ice spice. Big guy. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow morning. Yeah, I think on my way home into doing the review, I could stop by Burger King and do that. I saw somebody, you remember when the Travis Scott meals were coming out? This is way back. And people would trend by going to the drive-thru of a McDonald's and they just play like the Travis Scott sound, the I saw someone do that with SpongeBob, but it was the Krabby Patty moment from one of the early episodes where it's like dun 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 dun. It was like literally the guy pulls up, the guy said, hi, welcome to Burger King, what can I get you? And then dun 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 dun, he lets the whole thing play. That sound is like a minute and a half long, which again, minute and a half long might not sound that long. Try sitting in silence with a sound playing. And the funniest part is at the end, presenting the Krabby Patty. And then there's like 5 seconds of silence. And the guy goes, you like anything else? Perfect. I love that. That video was hilarious. I was dying of laughter. So yeah, I'll probably try and stop by and get it. I was just busy when it came out, so I couldn't do it because that's when family was over. And I hope they didn't run out of the Krabby Patty meal, man. Batman Beyond animated movie 2 for the canceled movies. Oh, yeah. That would have been good. If you want to know more Street Fighter lore, I highly suggest movie SF Assassin Fist. Focus on Ken and Ryu's origin, or Ryu. Is it Ryu or Ryu? Relationship and master free on YouTube. Okay. I actually would be interested, so I'm going to screenshot that real quick, buddy. Thank you for that. We got Alejandro Blanco says 3C. Who do you think should voice? Oh yeah, I just answered that. We have Jonathan saying here, my wife's aunt worked on the first season of Dexter. It was filmed entirely in Miami, then moved to California after. She also worked on Reno 911 Miami, American Horror Story Coven, and Diane Cohen. She was an AD. That's awesome, dude. I've always kind of wanted to try and test out one of those jobs there. Just work on a set in the PA with the microphone, be like, Tom Holland needs his water. Let's get Tom Holland his water. Thoughts on Spider-Punk movie is also in the works. Yes, I did see Daniel Kaluuya say that he's developing, working on it. We'll see if it happens, because he's also been developing and working on the live-action Barney movie for adults. That's been slow going. So it's probably something he's like pitching or putting together. At the end of the day, it's going to be up to Sony whether they greenlight that or not. All right, Chris, here's the scene. You took your 11-year-old to see Animal Farm, and now he needs an apology. Action. I just thought they were gonna sing songs, and I don't know. I didn't think they were gonna kill that pig. I'm sorry. Have you seen Abbott? I did watch Abbott Elementary. I like it. I enjoyed it. I definitely love the shows that have like an office vibe to them, where they have like the camera, just like The Office. My favorite ones that were not The Office are like Superstore. Dude, I loved Superstore. Superstore I thought was so hilarious. If you haven't seen that one, it's basically The Office, but in a Walmart. And I thought that was really funny. And so the idea of like, The Office, but with teachers in a classroom, I liked. But then after like season 3, I don't know why, it just like it got repetitive to me, or I didn't find it as funny anymore, or I don't know. It's not that it was bad, but I just kind of like lost interest in it. My lady still watches it, and she gets mad that I didn't continue watching it with her. But I did like it, but I don't know, it lost its like I don't know, rhythm with me after like season 3. Let's see here. I feel like Blumhouse can make FNAF 3 like Clown in a Cornfield, making an introduction for rated R so that they can be introduced to more options for horror movies. Maybe. Have you seen Silent Night, Deadly Night? It's garbage day. Also, any school detention lore. Ooh. I don't know. I don't want you guys to think differently of me. Because I do have one, but I'm not proud of it. Okay? I'll just say that right now. Not proud of it. And it's one of those, I'm overhyping it. It's nothing that crazy, but it's still one of those stories that like, it's like those high school stories you think about when you're going to bed and you're like, oh, get that out of my head. Don't want to think about that. Just got secondhand embarrassment from old me. Okay. I had an English class. And this English teacher was not happy to be an English teacher, let me tell you. We found out later she had a side gig as a coffee shop owner, and it seems she was much more interested in her coffee shop than being a teacher, because she was just not into teaching. She'd be the teacher that gives you a packet every day, or that gives you like an assignment or a lesson. And she was just someone that was not enthusiastic in teaching, and it showed. And that sucked because it was English class, and I kind of like English class. English class was nice because I was reading stories, dissecting characters and think pieces. And like a lot of the way I analyze movies comes from things I learned in English class, right? Reading The Great Gatsby, Greek mythology, things like that. And so I already wasn't like a fan of that class. So I remember, if you guys know, sometimes in school they have blood drives. So you sign up for it, and then you pick which class you want to be called to go through the blood drive. That's where they sit down and you give blood, and it's all for a better cause. Well, then you later find out they actually sold your blood, and you're like, oh, what? I didn't get a piece of that. Did you know that? Those blood drives, that's not for free. They're making money off taking your blood. I wonder if the school gets a cut of that. Things you learn when you're older. Anyways, though, but as a kid, you're like, I'm doing something right. Someone's using my blood for help. And it's also an excuse to get out of a class, right? Because it's like, well, I signed up for this. I got to go. Bye. Well, I remember leaving because they came in and they called and they said, Chris and like 2 other kids, it's like, you signed up to give blood during this period. And she was mad. We picked her class to, be like, we're dipping. And she's like, funny, I don't know why you would do that, especially when an assignment is due during this class and you're not here to participate. I'm going to have to give you a 0 for that. And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever, in her attitude. Later, funny enough, that assignment she was talking about didn't even go towards our grade. So I don't know what she was blabbing about. She was mad. I go down. Whenever you give blood, you also have to answer a bunch of questions. It's like this long, it's like 30 questions. And it's a lot of stuff like, oh, do you have AIDS? I don't think so. I'm putting no. Have you had a cut lately with like a metal object that's rusted? Like a lot of stuff like that, right? It's just things that they make sure that it's worth taking the time to have your blood and it's not going to go to waste when they test it later, right? So I was answering those questions. Everything was normal. I eventually got to a question that said, have you had relations with someone who partakes in the ganja, in the devil's lettuce, weed? This was high school. I believe it was junior year. At this point, I'm already 17. I hope it doesn't shatter your spirit to know your boy was active. Not very, but he had a relationship. And the lady did partake in that stuff. I didn't, but she did. Maybe that's why she was into me. Her brain was all messed up, right? So I had, being the truthful kid I am, I answered, oh yeah, I've done that. But I was like, it's not going to affect me. I didn't smoke and all that. I just had relations with someone that did. Well, it turns out that question disqualified me. They like said, okay, well, thank you. Unfortunately, you don't meet the criteria. We can't take your blood. Here's a bag of cookies. You can go back to class. And I was like, huh? And so someone said, yeah, I'm unsubscribing. Premarital intercourse, Chris? How could you? I liked you. And so it was so embarrassing because I left the class. It's been like 5-7 minutes. They know it doesn't take that long to draw your blood. All the other kids are still there because they are good kids who are going to give blood and help people. So I'm going to have to be the one idiot that goes back up to class with room full of class, and she's going to look eyes at me and be like, oh, decided to come back. So I'm doing the walk of shame. I finally get to the class. I open the door. She is shocked to see me. She's like, oh, not drawing blood, I see, not going. She was like pushing my button. I was already mad. I'm not drawing blood. I did this, signed up for this, and I look like an idiot. I'm walking back to a classroom filled with 20 of my peers and students, and they're all like, this idiot couldn't give blood, and she just yelled at him and all that. She was pushing my buttons. And she was like, can't give blood, or couldn't do it, or you're going to actually do the assignment. And again, not proud of this moment. Very cringy thing to do. I turn around in front of everyone in the class and the teacher, and I say with confidence, I couldn't give blood because I had sex with someone who does marijuana. Can I sit down now? Oh, you could feel a pin drop in that classroom. The air sucked out of that room. Teacher, it's one of those moves that at the time you think you're a cool kid for saying it. You think you're a badass. You think you're like, I'm gonna show her. You really just kind of look like an idiot. The class didn't need to know that. You didn't need to say that to a teacher. I am embarrassed to have done that. But I was 17. I was annoyed. I was mad. I said it. Not proud of it. Well, someone said, bro's not tough. I'm admitting it to you. Oh, bro, you was being real. Y'all, it's a negative aura. Bro is not tough whatsoever. I thought I was, and I'm admitting it to you, okay? Not proud of that moment. I am ashamed that I did that. Well, class goes on as usual. We get past that moment. 2 periods go by, because I think that was like my 3rd period or whatever. So I'm like in 6th period now. And in my school, whenever you're in trouble, they send like a student with like a pink slip. That's what they call the pink slips. If a kid walked in with a pink slip to your classroom, you know someone's about to get in trouble, and you're like, ooh, whose name is on that pink slip? Whose name is on that pink slip? And someone came in during my 6th period class, has a pink slip, handed it to the teacher, and the teacher looks at it and goes, Chris? And I go, huh? And it's 6th period. I had completely forgotten. I had moved past what I said. I'm like, what did I do? You start running through all the things you have done. They know I'm stealing money. They caught me. They caught me sending nudes. Oh my God. They read my Facebook status. Oh no. They know I have my Game Boy in my backpack. Oh, what did I do? You're just running through everything in your mind. And then you get to the principal's office, the vice principal, you sit down, and oh, it was, again, embarrassing, secondhand embarrassment. The vice principal is there, and he goes, Chris, there's not a lot of things that make me call people's parents, but when I read this today, I felt like I should call your mom and tell her about this. But it wouldn't be a fun conversation. And he still hasn't told me why I'm there. And I'm like, dang, what did I do? And he goes, and then he repeats back what I said to the teacher. And I go, oh, okay. She took it personally, huh? She took that personally. And luckily he did not call my mother. He did not call my parents or nothing, because that would have been so much more embarrassing. I don't think my parents knew I was active around that age yet or whatnot. Maybe they did. I don't know. Oh, dude. So then I had to go to after school detention where you stay in a room for like an hour or whatever, just silent and just. It was bad too. I also left out the biggest embarrassing part of that story. I felt immediate regret, like I told you, like I do now, after I said that after the class ended, when that classroom ended, I waited for everyone to leave. And although I didn't like that teacher and all that, I still understood what I did was not cool. So after everyone left, I kid you not, I really did this. After everyone left, I apologized to the teacher. I said, I don't remember my exact words, but the gist was, hey, I'm sorry for saying that. That was not cool. It probably wasn't right. And I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It was a poor apology. But you know what? At least I apologized right away. She still sent a slip to the principal's office to get me in trouble. I apologize to you, teacher. She's like, oh, I'm going to have the last laugh. You apologize to me, and I'm going to get you in trouble. So there's some 3C lore. There's some 3C lore on Chris thinking he was a bad boy. Thinking he was a bad kid. Again, I didn't want to tell the story because I don't want you guys to see me differently. But in high school, we've all done things we weren't proud of. But as far as detention stories, that was like the one time. I didn't go to detention often. If it was always for like a rare random mishap. I wasn't too much of a crazy kid. But that was a specific day, man, where I was just like, I really wanted to draw blood and skip that class. And when I came back and she was pushing my buttons, I don't care, you broke your elbow. I thought I was tough. So, moral of the story, kids, don't try to be the cool kid. Just stay silent is always the best option. Have you seen the on-set photos for I Am Legend 2? Those are AI. I know what you're talking about. Those are AI. I think some famous influencer that I've never heard of did the photo. It's a trend going on right now where you can have a photo with two celebrities, but those are AI. With Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan, they ain't real, my friend. Yo, 3C, I'm skeptical AF about the Power Rangers reboot happening. Are you? And they got to recast the main 6 Mighty Morphin Rangers first and foremost. Oh. Well, okay, so with this here, I don't know what to expect from the Power Rangers show that Disney's working on. Is it actually going to be treated kind of like a Marvel show? And what I mean by that is like a heightened budget. It's going to feel like what TV shows feel nowadays, where they're a movie and television form. Or are they just going to be doing what the Power Ranger shows have been doing, which is still stay campy and relatively low budget, but entertaining for the fans? I hope it's that more Disney Plus heightened route, because then I would actually watch it. If it's more stuff just for the fans, then it's like, okay, well, you guys have fun. That was a hiccup. Thoughts on it? Welcome to Derry. Loving it. Loving it. Someone said that's so funny. Someone said the teacher wanted you and they were hurt. I'll admit she was attractive. She was an attractive teacher, but she had a stinky personality. So no way would I have. Unless. Yeah. Personality goes a long way, man. Sub Daddy Chris, have you seen Silent Night remake? Not yet. Need to make time to watch it. I do definitely want to see it though. Just wanted to add, I worked for Univision for years in Dora, Florida. I watched you on El Gordo y la Flaca set and also on Desperita America before the show. I was on stage manager began. I don't know that second one, but dude, Gordo y la Flaca, that's a staple. I still be shocked that they're on air, that they're still going. I thought they had to be a million years old now. Gordo isn't even Gordo anymore. He's flaco. Let's see here. Mr. Des says, which original movie or show have become iconic in the last 5 to 10 years? Do you think Disney or other movie companies will implode on itself? Too much greed. What original shows or movies have, I mean, Stranger Things, I think falls in that category of 5 to 10 years, right? I'm trying to think of what else as far as like shows that will like stand. I thought Last of Us could have been one, but right now I'm on the camp that only the first season was really like that good. Let's see here. Oh, someone said no, he didn't. I wasn't on Gordo y la Flaca. He would watch my videos on set of that show. Oh, bro, if I was on Gordo y la Flaca, I'd tell you that story. I wish. Although no, I don't even know much. I just know them from my childhood. As far as that though, I don't really know what other things in 5 to 10 years that do you think Disney and other companies will implode on itself? Maybe not implode on itself, but I think we got to see like the closing of a studio. Once theaters start going out of business, I think we're going to see it, unfortunately. Paramount could be one. I think that's why they're so desperate to try and get a lot of whatchamacallit, of patrons. Or, I mean, of patrons, of studios like Warner Brothers to become bigger and unkillable. K-pop Demon Hunters, maybe. Squid Games, yeah. Squid Games, especially with the American show coming up. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all. I still got to review the video. I did a vlog. Netflix opened a physical location here in Dallas. Yeah, Netflix. Called Netflix House. I got invited early. I met a cast member from Stranger Things, believe it or not. I vlogged the whole thing, showed you guys what the experience is like, because they have like a Squid Games in real life thing, all that stuff. So that video will hopefully go up tomorrow. I gotta review, read the editor. He sent me the draft of it, so any little changes I make. But tomorrow, look out for that Netflix vlog video. Just watch Sinners IMAX 70 and the Odyssey prologue before the movie was peak. Oh, dude. I wish I could have gone. Being a horror fan, would you ever go ghost hunting? Oh yeah. I don't have too much of belief on, like, I believe in ghosts to an extent, but I'm also not afraid to go somewhere that supposedly is haunted. Because I know it's messed up to say, I'm someone who would love to have an encounter. I would just love to. I probably will regret saying that, and that's not an invite. That's not an invite. But I don't have a ghost story. I don't have a paranormal experience. And sometimes I had my whole phase as a kid where I'd watch people who did and their stories. Like, I felt scratches. The air got cold. They touched my no-no. They say that in the videos. I don't want that experience, but I would like, I don't know. I just kind of want to know what it would feel like to like have a presence around. I don't know, man. Careful what you wish for, right? The Riz house. 3C lore on the most mad you've been while filming. Oh, dude. It's anytime I film an entire video and I forgot to hit record. It has happened. Like at least, I want to say at least 7 times. 6 or 7? At least like 7, 8 times it's happened where I've recorded a video and I forgot to hit record. And dude, it would always be the videos where I was like, my thoughts were so on point. I made a funny joke. I did this good. I did that good. And then having to refilm the video, trying to hit those same points and those same funny moments. don't land the same. So it's always that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the John Campea moment, which again, John Campea is my friend now. But there was a clip of John Campea where he like rage baits out because the audio didn't work, and he like, oh fuck. And I just like, I know people see that and go, oh, the real Campea came out. I was like, relatable. Really, I know what that's like, man, to be so raged and angried out because the piece of tech didn't work the way you wanted to. But yeah, I think that was it. It's just that I just get really mad and like, so I just have to like lay down. I've laid down so much on that couch and I'm like, I don't want to. Why did that happen? A great Christmas video for the channel would be a Wolverine review video idea. It'd be a great gift, Chris. It'd be a perfect gift for Christmas. Just saying. Not a bad idea. Nosferatu review was one of those. I was so mad. I was just like, that's it. No Nosferatu review. I'm done. My 21st birthday was 2 days ago. 3C lore on your favorite or funniest birthday memories. Ooh. I honestly don't have that many. Like I had pretty standard regular birthdays. I think my 21st birthday was honestly probably the most depressing because I was just you turn 21, so you're like, oh, go drink, go party, but I'm not much of a drinker. And it was also the awkward period where it's like, okay, you've graduated from high school, all your friends are off doing other things. I wasn't really in college. I was trying to be a YouTuber. And all my friends were busy, so I kind of just spent my 21st birthday at home, and I bought a pack of Smirnoff from Walmart, and I was like, I guess I'm gonna drink these and watch some telly. This is the life. Hold on tight. And this is the dream. It's all I need. Hannah Montana was there when I needed her. I think Iron L will make 15 million worldwide. Like terrifying. That would be great, dude. 15 million would be such a win for them. I don't know how much the movie cost to make and all that, but given the limited release and everything going on, 15 mil would be such a huge win. Would be such a huge win for them. Thoughts on the Quentin Tarantino drama? Yeah, like I said, like of course, still like him as a director. Still think he is good. I just don't know. I just felt bad for Paul Dano, Matthew Lillard. I was like uncalled for. But, you know, was just his opinion, I guess. Do you believe Steve is going to die in Volume 2? I feel like it, but right now, man, they are not setting him up to be the most happiest guy. He is in such a like sad state right now, but Steve would still be the one to get me the most sad if he died. If you aren't a huge gamer, play Dispatch. I do actually want to play Dispatch. So many of you guys have recommended it to me. I want to give it a try. Last dollar to my name to ask if you think Spielberg is the best director and are you hyped for the Dish movie. The Dish is like the rumored title, but I think people messed up because Deadline has a common saying in their headlines where it's like so and so is in this movie, here's the dish. So it's like a common headline. So they were giving a headline on the Steven Spielberg movie and they were like, here's the dish. And people mistook that to mean that's the title of the movie. When although that'd be a pretty cool title, especially if it's about UFOs, because they look like a disc. So the dish, a dish. Might be cooking. Wouldn't be a bad title, but no. I think Spielberg is one of the greats. I mean, he's one of the only ones that's been able to jump back and forth. I mean, Ryan Coogler has now done it with having drama, action, and now a horror movie in Sinners. That to me is a real testament when you can jump genres and still do really well. I'm glad you're excited for the Street Fighter movie, but for me, the ideal Street Fighter film would have been a hyper reality tone similar to Big Trouble in Little China and The Last Dragon. That probably would have been. I get what you mean by that. That actually probably would be a great tone, but I'm willing to hear this tone out. But you're right. That tone actually sounds good for Street Fighter. Thoughts on Pennywise look? Dude, Pennywise has never looked better than in Welcome to Derry. That red, when he was hibernating and that all red look, bro got that on. Bro got that on. Would you consider doing a video game where you review all the Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat movies? Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me all the games. I was like, I don't have that kind of time, buddy. When those movies release, get closer. That sounds like a fun idea. How many Street Fighter movies are there? Just one or two. Yo, Chris, any updates on the Seth Rogen animated Venom movie? No, dude. That's something we heard. I'm starting to wonder if that was even real, dude, because it's like we heard about that and then Nothing came of it. I hope it's true, but again, we know animated movies take forever. I mean, look at the K-pop Demon Hunter sequel. That has a release date of 2029. If there's ever a Blink-182 biopic, Jacob Burtnard should play Travis Barker. Jacob Burtnard. Jacob. What does he look like? Jacob. Oh, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Cobra Kai kid. Hawk. Peyton here says, "Hey Chris, I'm working on a Strangers movie with the Ass trilogy. It's gonna be called The Strangers Gilded Night. The movie follows the strangers going into a rich family house during a big party, and this breaks in is personal." Ooh, I'd watch that. I don't know what you meant by the butt trilogy though. The butt trilogy. Would you rather see Darth Vader movie or the live action TMNT Last Ronin movie? You know I'm a casual Star Wars guy. It's that Last Ronin movie all the way. Although, didn't we technically get Darth Vader movies with the prequels? See, I know a little something. But I get what you mean. Just like him in full Vader mode. I still think the Kenobi movie should have been. I think the Kenobi show should have been a movie. Dude, that was the return of Hayden Christensen. You missed out on a lot of money. I'm telling you, fans would have gone and seen that. I would have gone and seen that. I'm not even a big Star Wars guy. And Hayden Christensen returning? That should have been a movie, dude. Third, 28 years later, a film got greenlit. Thoughts? Dude, I'm seeing so many early reactions for the second 28 years later movie that I honestly did not know if it was going to be good or not because it felt like they were burying the movie in January. A handful of critics got to see the movie, and I know we always have to take like the reviews with a grain of salt, but a lot of people I trust, including Sean Chandler, said they loved the movie and that it was really good. So I'm pretty excited for the second film, and now it makes sense why the third film got greenlit because people seem like they're going to really like the second 28 years later. So excited to see how that one goes. Let's see here. Did you watch The Paper? Thought it was not bad, to be honest. Did you watch? Oh, the Office spinoff? I didn't give it a chance. Did it get renewed or did it get canceled? I need to give it a chance. Hey, Chris, are you still down watching the James Bond movies next year? The game is coming out in March. Yeah, I actually do, especially before the Amazon movie, just because I want to at least be knowledgeable. Because there's so many fans of that universe. I want to give them a shot. And yeah, you guys gave me great ideas for that. I mean, a great list of which movies to check out. Any Christmas lore? I always wondered what's your favorite Christmas memory from your childhood. I still think my favorite one is when I've talked about it before, the Spider-Man Sinister 6 toy that someone remembered and tagged me on TikTok. I was like, thank you. It was the Christmas I got this. The Christmas I opened this, that was one of my happiest Christmases. Getting all those toys, and I was like at the height of my Spider-Man love because I think Spider-Man 2 had just like maybe come out in theaters. I was just Spider-Man. Oh, and all these figures came with their own bases. They had all details, the glider, all the like. Oh, this was just and Craven's bow actually shot out. Like to me, this was the peak of toys. I was like, Santa got me this. He thinks I'm a good boy. And a poster came inside. Yeah, this was peak toy. That was the height of Christmas for me. I love that thing. The Holes reboot show got canceled. Oh, was it even good? Digging up, boom, boom. Oh, I like that first Holes movie. That was good. We have NS says, in the second grade, my study hall was in the cafeteria. And when the teacher wasn't there, I used to T-pose on the stage and sing the Halo and Soviet Union theme, thinking I was tough and a comedian. We all did cringy things like that, man. We all did things that we were like, oh, we tough. Ladies are looking at us right now. Yeah, take a picture, ladies. It'll last longer. That's nice. Thank you. Let's see here. Tony Movie says, I can personally separate the art from the artist despite an actor or director not being the best person. I'm just excited to see Rush Hour 4. Yeah, it's just always the thought of like, they get a big paycheck. To some extent, yes, I agree. To some extent, yes, I can agree on separating the art and the artist. Like, I was talking about the Street Fighter guy. Like, yeah, I'm not a big Andrew Schultz fan, but it's like, okay, I'm not going to boycott his movies. I'll watch it and deal with it. And he was a comedian that at times, some things he said I found funny. But nowadays he just seems more annoying to me, and seems to push more an agenda than just like, dude, aren't you a comedian? Can you just make us laugh? But in situations like this, it's also kind of like the Jeepers Creepers director, right? Like that dude was a straight up pedo. I don't want to have him get money to make another Jeepers Creepers and all that. Like, take the franchise away from him and make Jeepers Creepers with someone else. That's still a really cool monster, and I'd still love to see an actually well-made Jeepers Creepers film. The Brett Ratner situation, I think it lies somewhere in the middle because it was never proven. But then again, he did flee the country. It's just stuff. You know, in some situations, it's always like it's never black and white. It's always have to take it with a grain of salt. You never reviewed Curse or Cult of Chucky thoughts. I do need to talk about those movies. You're right. I do. I guess I'm holding out for the day they announce a new Chucky movie because it's like, yes, dude, come on. I need that. And that's when I would definitely go into. And the 6th grade, I thought I was tough for only making school smoothies. Oh, school. Okay. And World War II jokes. COVID lockdown helped reform me. Yeah. I think also back in my day, like back when I was going to school, you could probably make those jokes, like school, you know, blasting jokes. But I think nowadays you really can't do that. No, you try joking around like that in schools, they probably take you very seriously, as they should, and you kicked out of school. But I think when I was growing up, it wasn't as common. It wasn't happening as frequently. You could get away with like a kid making a joke like that or saying something like that. And it'd be like, shut up, just da da da. But nowadays, yeah, dude. A lot of stuff's different. Back in my day, 3C lore on embarrassing moments in movie theaters. Okay, there was a time, I don't remember the exact details, but this was very embarrassing. I was with a group of friends and I went to pick up my drink, and I don't know if you've ever had it. It was like, I still have the Naked Gun one here. But like, picture a regular movie theater cup. And you know, when you have a regular movie theater cup and it's filled with ice and a drink, it has condensation, so it's like a lot of wetness, right? Slippery. So I went to grab my large drink, grabbed it, and it spilled, and I dropped it all over my lap. And I was with a group of friends. I don't remember what movie we were watching. And they all laughed and giggled. And they're like, you want to go to the restroom? You want to change? And in my mind, I was already like, well, they don't sell pants in the movie theater lobby. What am I going to go to the bathroom for? Just like dab it up with a couple of napkins? Just, you know, it's just like not going to do much. So I just, again, I was the tough kid. And I was like, no, I'm fine, dude. It's just a little bit. It'll dry out before the movie's over. Yeah, the movie's great. So, yeah, and it was horrible. I was sticky by the end of that movie. Just clean up on aisle 3. Funny, guys, right? I'm in on the joke. Paramount also bought UFC. Ooh. I don't watch much UFC. Is that going to affect it? I love you, Chris. Oil up next live, please. I like the Dexter profile picture. What's your top 5 Christmas gifts this year? Lego. Oh, you just said Lego, not Lego. Man, I don't haven't. It's not Christmas yet. I haven't gotten any gifts yet. I have ideas for gifts for other people, but in case they're watching, because some do, I don't want to spoil it for them. But I'm definitely at that age now, and at that lovely blessing, thanks to you wonderful people, where I kind of have everything I need. I don't need much. So nowadays, the gifts I get, I more rate them on how personal you know me. So like if someone gets me a Spider-Man shirt, okay, you know me, you love me. Size medium, you think I'm skinny. I ban you. I don't fit into a medium. You know, that's how I more rate them, is how personal the gift feels and how actually tailor-made it is to me. Even if it's not something I will actually end up using or liking, if I can see the thought process on where you went for, oh, this screams Chris, I give you a nice hug. You know? Going to Disney in Jan. Ever been? Love you, sis. Yeah, dude. Again? Oh, no, did I? I don't. Oh, yes, I did go to Disney as a kid once. I went to Disney as a kid. there, well, because I was about to say I didn't get to go to much theme parks other than like Six Flags, but I did go to Disney once when I was young. My parents actually managed to pull that off. But thanks to you guys, I've been able to go a lot more. I do like Disney, but it definitely feels to me like a theme park where I would enjoy it more if I had a kid. Like there's stuff in there I like and enjoy, but a lot of the rides are just kind of kiddie-ish. Nothing wrong with that. And if I'm also going in more of a kiddie-ish kind of ride, I like the Universal experience where more it feels kind of like a virtual kind of ride where they put a lot of attention in it. I still love like the food and just the attention to all the detail to keep the park clean and all these other rules. But I don't know, as an adult, there's not much in Disney, the park, that I find myself going, whoa, this was spent so much money. It was worth it. I think I would either go like with a kid and see their face going like Mickey, Goofy, whoa, like their happiness would probably bring me more joy. So I'm more of a Universal Park guy, more of a Six Flags guy. Yeah. Can you review for a Wake Up Dead Man? I did see it. I'm still debating whether to make, well, it's probably too late because it already came out now. That'll probably end up being in my bunch of reviews together. But I will say I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. I didn't know. I think I like it more than the second movie. I liked it quite a lot. I thought it was really well done. I have some gripes and things I'll mention in the review, but I liked it a lot. Please watch I'm No Longer Here, Last Time I Ask. Okay, I'll put that on the list. I do have access to that, so I will watch that one. There's a Critic app where they let you, that I got lucky enough to finally be a part of, and I can see all these like Oscar-y movies. But there's so many in there, I'm like, I don't know which one to watch. That is on there. I want to watch that one. On my Brahms shift right now, watching you. What up? My lady loves Brahms, dude. I like Brahms too. Although I'm at the age, I keep saying that. I'm so old. I'm at the age now where Brahms, oh. And that was a good ice cream. Oh, 5 minutes after Brahms ice cream. I'm not gonna make it. The toilet is so far. I hate it, man. And you know, because I was like a big milk kid as a kid. As a kid, ooh, I loved me a glass of milk. Just I can't do that. I gotta drink. I drink Fairlife. I don't know why I'm admitting all this to you. Brahms is nice though. Can you menacingly sit on the couch for an edit? Okay. Y'all didn't even know these are shorts. Mom, I wet the bed. First comment I saw. First comment I saw said negative aura. I like this outfit. It's such a strange outfit. I bought this because I have a decent, because I have such a large family, even more so with my lady side. There's a lot of Christmas parties I go to, and I like to keep it fun, so I'll wear different, like, you know, outfits. So I bought this one year. It's so weird to feel hot and cold at the same time. Just, I don't know. I like this one. I rock it. I think it looks cool. Someone said goofy at Santa has sitting not tough. I hate y'all. Said, damn, he 30-year-old. Brother, you need help. Outfit is we got one. We got one. I'll take it. Y'all just don't know this aura. This aura, you'll understand one day. All right, got called whoa, by two dudes harassing a woman go when I was on a date a few weeks ago. So after I told my lady, hold my hand and stay close, dude. It's crazy, dude. And there was a time, I know, again, well, I don't want to get too crazy on this. There was a time where I was like, people aren't racist anymore. And then I don't know what happened. Something happened where people are a lot more comfortable being that way. Wonder what it was. Hi, Papa 3C. Is there any advice for overthinking thoughts? Lately, my girl went to see the FNAF 2 with a guy friend, and she isn't a type to cheat. Oh, buddy, I'm not the type to help you out here, because I'll tell you right now, your boy Chris, the jealous type. Oh, dude, that was unfortunately probably the disaster of a lot of my high school relationships. Is your boy insecure? Oh yeah, dude. I wish I could go back and tell myself to like, hey, chill out. You are the reason they are not sticking around. You are too clingy. That was on. I'm not even kidding. That was a lot of the reason I would get breaken up with in high school and a bit in college. Is I would get the you're a nice guy, but too clingy. I was a clingy mofo, dude. And I was the kind that'd be like, let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. Why can't you have my location? I am so comfortable with you guys. I love y'all. Y'all are my audience. I try to be real with you. I'm never gonna be fake or I just showed you my Santa shorts. That's real love. So why pretend? But yeah, dude, it's a trait that you have. It's two-sided, because one of the reasons I'm like that is because I had it happen to me. One time my suspicions were confirmed, and then it only takes one time for you to be cheated on that you're like, well, then everyone's gonna cheat on me. Who's it gonna be? And so you just become this like awful obsessive person wanting to know their every move, their every location and all that. And it's just never healthy, never good. I'm so glad I like kind of brushed that off, but a lot of it is finding the right partner. I'm with somebody that I don't ever have to worry about that. In fact, my lady right now left the house to go to a Christmas party with her friends. I'm not stressing. No location being checked right now. Fully trust her. I know everything's going to be fine, but dude, I'm 30. It took me to 30 to finally feel that way. This was 15, 17-year-old me. I'd be like, is she really there? No, Jessica, don't tell her I'm calling you. But is she really there? Who's she talking to? Ted? Oh, fuck that. No. She told me she was just friends with him. Oh, dude, it was bad. It's bad stuff out there. So all I can tell you, buddy, is unfortunately, even if it's a lie right now, you kind of have to power through with it. If you trust her and you like her and she told you it was just friends, then it's just friends. Don't pry at it. Don't get picky with it. If in the future find out it was unfortunately more, you leave that situation, but you don't apply that girl to all the other ones, because it'll turn you into a monster. It's not the best piece of advice. It's not perfect advice. It's definitely flawed, but it's the best thing I do, because I think that's what turns people down the red pill pipeline, is then they start thinking all women are bad, and then they start, becoming all those bad people. And I'd hate for you to turn that way, man. So someone said typical Ted. But yeah, I got a little too honest with you. I don't know why I did. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to scale back some of the honesty like that, but I'm not the best, man. I was very insecure growing up, and only now I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, I trust. Yeah. Well, the guy she's kissing, I'm pretty sure that's her cousin. I'm not naive either. If I find something to worth to be scared about, but yeah. But it feels, you'll just know it with a partner. That's all I could say. When you find the person where you don't feel the need that you have to do that, it's so freeing. It's so freeing. you should watch UFC. It's really fun, interesting. I did watch it a little bit whenever I went through my my UFC phase when I watched, what was that movie? Never Back Down. Dude, I talked about this before on the stream. I was a big Never Back Down fan. I still am. That movie's peak. I don't care. What does that have on Rotten Tomatoes? 20? No, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna review this. Oh, and oh, y'all are mean. This movie is peak. I love this movie. Maybe I got to go back to it. It's that good. But this movie made me feel like a tough kid. This movie made me feel like, oh yeah, I'm a badass. And it's UFC fighting. And so I did give UFC fighting like a chance and all that, but I just couldn't get into it as much as I wanted. It was also during the time where some UFC fights would last 5 seconds and you're like, this it? Can you give me motivation for my exams? This is the week. I'm super stressed about them. You got this, buddy. Them exams, you're gonna nail them. You're gonna rock them. You're gonna be awesome. This is gonna be you when you know the answer to a question. There you go. That's the best I could do. Holy tough. Thanks. Let's see here. Have you watched many Tubi movies? Personally, I can't wait for Velocipaster 2. Hey, I've said Tubi sometimes give it a shot. The ads definitely get annoying after a while. There was a Tubi movie I did watch that almost became its own Halloween video, but October was a very unfortunately busy month. But it was the new R.L. Stine movie that came out called Pumpkinhead. Dude, I cannot wait to talk about this in that, because I'm going to include it in the video where I talk about all these movies I saw this year that I didn't make videos on. This is going to be one of them. If you're a fan of old Goosebumps, the old version of the show, you have nostalgia for that, I definitely say give it a watch. It's, again, not perfect, but it is so in the vein of old Goosebumps, down to it has a dark twist ending. The ending to this made me go, this is a kid's movie? They just ended it like that? What? Insanity. So it was fine. And like I said, perfect recapture of old Goosebumps. I thought they did it good. They thought, like, that's honestly what I'd rather have from Goosebumps than what they were doing on Disney Plus. Other Tubi movie, there was this, I don't remember what it was called. Tubi. I talked about it last year. Tubi, let's see here. Original horror. There was one. Low Lives. Okay, this one. Okay, don't look at any trailers. Don't even look at the chat right now. I recommend this one. This was a Tubi original. I thought it was a really pretty cool horror movie. I'll just set you up. It follows a family whose RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere, and they encounter a hillbilly family. And then things go crazy from there. I recommend it. I had fun with that movie, and it was a Tubi original. But those are the ones. Someone said, you're a bot. I'm not a bot. I'm real. What's the name again? Low Lifes. Low Lifes, Tubi original. Again, nothing like a masterpiece or amazing, but as far as like what you expect from a Tubi movie, that was actually really good. I thought it was really good. Let's see. Papa, tell us about the past Huz. Oh, no, not worth talking about. Once you pass a Huz, you don't remember Huz. I think Nostradamus said that one. No, and I also just don't want to talk about other people. Some of them are mothers now. Some of them became better people. Good for them. All I'll say is glad didn't end up with any of them. But good on them for where they are. You excited for Buddy horror movie? Is there a Buddy horror movie? What is this? Buddy horror movie. Buddy horror movie. I haven't seen anything. Oh, yes, I am. Dude, yes, thank you for bringing this up. I saw this and I am excited. Although we've seen recreations of this kind of plot before. Yes, is there a photo here that I could show you guys? Okay, so what they're talking about is this new horror movie called Buddy. Here it is. This is your first look at it. I think this sounds really interesting. It is in a sense, another Five Nights at Freddy's maybe kind of ripoff, but this one I think sounds cool. It says, director Casper Kelly. This one follows a brave girl and her friend who must escape a children's television show. It's a new horror movie directed by Kelly, the co-creator of Adult Swim's Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. Never seen it. And the viral comedy short, Too Many Cooks. Also never seen it. It says here, just are producing the movie. The producers are from Companion, Friendship, and Weapons. Kelly also created Fake Goblin Cheddar. Okay, but all this to say, I like that idea. It also has what's her name? We just saw her in Penguin. I know. I said, what about that is Five Nights at Freddy's? Okay, Banana Splits then. Banana Splits horror movie, or the what was the Hulu movie, Mr. Crockett? She's in it. Christine Milioti. I don't know. It sounds fun. I already like the look of the creature. Just the idea of a children's TV show come to life wanting to kill you. Feels kind of like the movie idea I pitched, you know, but hey, they stole my script. So, you know, I'm excited for that. I like the look of it. This little unicorn. He's already covered in blood in the axe. Let's have it, man. That could be fun. Could be a piece of poop. Why not? That's the kind of movie ideas I hear and I go, oh yeah. And good on you for knowing I'd want to talk about it. Least favorite horror movie this year. For me, it's either Strangers Chapter 2 or Free. Ooh, that's honestly probably great. Those would probably be right up there. Prom Street was a real disappointment. Strangers Chapter 2, oh my God. Yeah, that might just win it. To be different, though. I'm trying to think what other horror movies came out that were just kind of like flops, though. Woman in the Yard was misunderstood. I ended up, oh dude, War of the Worlds, if you want to count that a horror movie. Probably that then. Someone said Megan 2. I had fun with Megan 2. I wouldn't say the worst, but I get why Blumhouse was disappointed in that. I think you nailed it with those. I wasn't big on Until Dawn, but I wouldn't say it was the worst. It was just kind of average. Yeah. Let's see here. Shia met up with Peter Cullen. Really, did you see that? Yeah, I did see that. If you guys don't know, Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime. Shia was at a convention. They shook hands and all that. Some people are saying there's rumors with Michael Bay coming back. They'll bring Shia LaBeouf back. That's a situation where, again, I don't know much about what Shia LaBeouf did to get canceled. But that's a situation where I think I could like really separate the art from the artist. Again, not knowing the full details, but Shia LaBeouf is one of those actors that like gets canceled or gets shunned away and then somehow makes a comeback and is part of a bunch of stuff, is beloved. Then he does something crazy and is again shunned. Transformers could be his comeback into the limelight. I always thought he was an interesting actor. I know that would bring a lot of nostalgia for people. I don't have crazy nostalgia for those Transformers movies. I like them, but I was never like in love with them like other people did growing up. But I will admit the Shia LaBeouf ones are the ones I like the most out of the rest of them. So it'd be interesting if they do it, but I don't know if that's a sign it will happen. He beat his girlfriend. Well, okay, then that's what I did not know that. I knew he was like, I heard like him and Mia Goth had issues, but I didn't know like to what extent or what happened, but all right, well then never mind. I didn't know that full story. Rogue in Marvel Rivals with cakes. Seen it. Without the cakes. Whoa, I'm afraid to search that. I know Deadpool just got announced, right? Rogue Marvel Rivals.
Oh boy, yeah.
Good stuff. I'm about to go Rogue. Rouge? Or is her name Rouge? I always get that wrong. Is it Rouge or Rogue? I thought it was Rogue. Is her name Rouge? I always mess that up. Says, Chris, you really want to keep streaming? Well, somebody complained last time that last stream was too short. So I'm trying to be fair and give you guys a nice long one. I need to add that Michael Scott. That's what she said. I know is weird to ask, is your fiance pregnant? If no, would you announce it to keep it private? If my fiance was ever, like, if that were to ever happen, I don't know how I would want to do that because, yes, I'm honest with you guys, but at that point, it's just me, myself, and with you. There's stuff of private life that I would rather keep private and all that. So in like the future, if that ever came, I think I would probably announce it, but I would not announce it in such a like I don't think it'd be a video announcement. I don't think I'd go as far as like a video announcement. If anything, it'd probably just be a post. But if I did do that, it'd just be that. And then I don't know how I would like handle showing a kid and all that stuff because people are weird, AI and all that. I think it'd be the thing where I'd want to hide their face, if anything, and not post them on social. Uh, but yeah, and I'm a movie talker. You know, I'm not. If I was a lifestyle vlogger or if it was like a family vlogger, then yeah, it'd be different. But yeah, I'd have the respect to be like, hey, this is a big part of my life. You guys make this possible for me to have this life. I'd like to share this little moment with you, but understand there's a barrier here and there's a respect that needs to happen. And because sometimes what I'm afraid is you do that invites people in where they feel like they have an entitlement to that part of your life, and I'm like, well, I'm just here to entertain you. You know, it's still a professional relationship here. I hope that doesn't break the bubble for some of y'all, you know? So here it says no more donations, please. What some of y'all want to go to bed? Hey, yeah. Any news on Terrifier 4? I think that lawsuit is probably holding them up. And you know, again, I want to hear the full story on that because yeah, Damian Leone has been really great and nice to the channel. And so I want to give the benefit of the doubt that he's as nice as he seems, and the stuff that you know, they're saying is maybe misunderstanding or not right. But I also don't want to say that the woman is lying because that lawsuit sounded pretty crazy, where there's like harsh conditions, and I mean, if she was really upside down for hours, freezing, naked, like that's just uncomfortable and things like that. So, and she should be fairly compensated for things like that. So I think honestly that lawsuit is maybe holding them up a little bit. Because that lawsuit has to deal with, hey, I'm supposed to earn money for every movie, and they're about to make another movie. Maybe until they get that settled, they can't make Terrifier 4 because they were supposed to start filming in October, from what I heard. Like that was the rumor, that was the report, and I haven't seen anything about them starting filming or whatnot. But yeah, I think that lawsuit is maybe what's holding them up. So until that gets settled and we find out the truth of everything, don't know what'll happen. How was it meeting John Campea for this first time? It was surreal. Like when I first met him, first met him was at Ballerina. When I got invited for the Ballerina premiere through TikTok, they wanted me there to promote like something on TikTok Live. I met him there. He was a few rows ahead of me, and I was like, "Oh, dude, John." I watched a lot of John Campea growing up. He's kind of one of the main movie news sources I had for so long. Whether I agree or disagree with him sometimes, because he did his review for Marty Supreme. Did not agree with a word of that review, but hey, that's a Campea's opinion, right? And that's the one thing about him too. He'll stick to his opinion, whether you like it or not. And that's always a commendable trait where it's like, hey, this is what I believe. You can believe something different. But his Marty Supreme review, I was like, I need to put out my review. Anyways, so it was just cool. He was nice. I didn't know if he recognized me or not, but the second time I got to meet him, which was at the Dallas meetup that he did recognize me. He let me cut the line to say hi to him. I gave a big speech about how great he is and all that. So it was cool. It would be sad when he retires, you know? Thoughts on Quentin hating Matthew Lillard? I think it's uncalled for. Like, I get there's everybody, each one of us, we have actors we don't like or that we are not that big on whenever they get a role. And, you know, like maybe like well, even then, sometimes just more personal reasons. Like Jared Leto, I don't think is all that bad of an actor. He's proven he's done good stuff, but the things he's done lately with Tron, some stuff with Joker. I think he didn't get a fair shot with Joker. He's not my favorite person when he gets announced to be part of a movie. So we all have our biases too, but there's no need to like blast them out, especially when you're at a high status like Quentin. His opinion holds a lot of weight. It's like, but again, he's at the age where he doesn't care, right? It's kind of free. Ben Affleck Daredevil is underrated director's cut. Yeah, I like the Daredevil, both theatrical and unrated cut. I still think that Daredevil suit is still the best suit out of all the Daredevil suits. Don't come at me. That's right. Even the Born Again suit, the season 2 suit, whatever you want to call it, Ben Affleck's Daredevil suit, peak. I don't care if it's leather. It was awesome. I still think that movie's awesome. I know it's got some campy quirkiness to it, but I think that movie's actually really cool. And it has Evanescence. Wake me up inside. Hey Chris, never commented or chatted before, but I wanted to let you know how much I appreciate the fun, hilarious, and welcoming space you've created. Yeah, man. I just want to have fun and joke with you. I know, don't get me wrong, guys. I know I'm not perfect. I know sometimes I take a joke too far. I let sometimes my personal opinion get too in the way of movie things like that. But I still thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of all this. At the end of the day, I just want to have fun with y'all and make you smile, and hopefully I do that. But apologies for any time I say something you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna let that slide, Chris. But get to the funnies and the cringe, Chris. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's see. Oh, one more. What's your ranking of Quentin? Oh, it'd be hard to do all those, but I think my top ones. I said, Django Unchained is one. Pulp Fiction. Django Unchained might be my favorite. Reservoir Dogs. You want me to be honest with you? I still need to see Kill Bill. You know, that's where we'll leave it. Oh, what'd you say? I think I only saw the first Kill Bill, parts of the second one. I was so young. And I wanted to make time to see the whole bloody affair now that it was in theaters. Are they going to release that digitally? Because I'd like to see that. I just haven't had time to go. I'm so behind on other things. But I think that's the way I want to watch it. I need to. Have you read Absolute Batman? Yes, I've read the first 3 issues of Absolute Batman. I'm pretty behind. I like what I was reading. I'm enjoying it. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite Batman, but it's a nice, cool, different version. And that's honestly what I love about DC. They do it a lot where they create like Elseworld, Batman, not even Batman, just their DC characters and all that, like with Superman, Red Sun, and all that. But I do like it, and I want to catch up with it. I think I'm just waiting for the collector where they have them all in one omnibus or a volume. Pick it up and finish it that way. It's because it sucks because you have to remember every month. Oh, it's comic book day, and Absolute Batman was getting so popular by the month. I'd go to my local comic book shop, and they're like, "You didn't pre-order? We're out." Which is honestly a cool feeling. It doesn't happen very much with comic books. All right, guys, that is the end of the stream. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Take a look at me and my shorty shorts. Y'all were awesome. I love your faces. One more. Kill Bill is in theaters now. Okay, I need to see for how long. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are fantastic. Have a wonderful, great night. This looks so bad. Oh, my goodness. The Santussi was showing. Sorry about that. Love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Have a good night. Until next time, my fellow. Look out for the Netflix vlog tomorrow on the channel.